There we go.
Can I get a recap?
I think last time we were talking about what we were going to do after this, and we were like, "Oh, well, we definitely need to get that food."
Oh yeah, no, we're gonna.
Yeah,
do a
I think
recap.
getting food
gotcha.
and then following up with our dragon friend, I think, are things that we are.
So let's see.
It was Elduin.
9th. Oh shit!
Oh, no.
It was Elduin. Figures. So we are on the Grey Wanderers, session 137 of A New Home. As the group is embroiled in some side questing, trying to make the areas a bit safer for their colonists, the people displaced from Candle. Yes, Candle, I believe was the name of the city. I think you renamed the new city to something else, though.
Ember now.
Ember?
Yeah.
Alright. That's right. It's probably
Well, it was something longer, but we're gonna go with Ember.
Yeah, I think we were like, we want to call it Wandering Ember because we're the Grey Wanderers, but then like majority of the time we just call it Ember anyway.
Yeah.
Awful.
Yeah. Alright, well... So since Elduin... Did he post anything?
You did
Yes,
post.
he did.
Alright, good. So since Elduin was the previous scribe... Nasira, it would be your turn for this week.
I did the one before Eldwin.
Did you? Oh yeah, why are
yes.
you at the top? Oh, I think I didn't reverse this list yet. That would
I
make
think
sense.
it's either Robert or Flick next.
It would be Robert. I was looking at the I have to reverse because I've been reversing my list to make them easier to read. So let me do that really quick because I kind of had it set up weird where like last was first and it kept on driving me crazy.
Yeah.
That makes sense because you would always be adding like the newest person.
Yeah. So yeah, I think it is Robert's turn. Yeah, I believe so. Robert, are you good to scribe today?
Sounds good.
Awesome. That's your character's name, right?
Yes.
Okay, so make sure I'm not calling you, by your like real name or something. All right, so Robert is going to be scribe today. And is anyone willing to read Eldwin's journal? Just give it a quick read-see. All right, thank you for that, Miri. So yeah, could you give us a recap of last time?
So it was the first of summer in the afternoon. LJ investigated the bottom of a well, and then we had to pull him up. He found a skeleton key. We went south and found a door with a rune that gave off abjuration magic. Eldwin tried the skeleton key, and he opens it to find an Illithid Lich. Eldwin tries to convince the Lich that this could end peacefully, but the Lich refused. Eldwin charged forward and struck, but that triggered a symbol. Triggered the rune, and it unleashed a blast of necrotic energy, which injures the group and knocks Eldwin unconscious. Robert and Flick attacked the Illithid, who then disappeared. Flick healed Eldwin and brought him back up. We searched the room, which was a lab. We found valuable items and books and research notes. And then we discovered that there was a dark ritual in progress, and we stopped the ritual and dumped the blood essence that we found. We headed back upstairs to try and rest and make them think we had left. But as we headed upstairs, we had to dispatch another Mind Flayer White, and then we heard cries of Gith asking for help. But Eldwin and Nasira decided that the Gith aren't worth risking our lives, because it was unlikely that we would survive a conflict if we encountered more Illithid when we tried to save them. So we started the rest. Eldwin identified the dagger found earlier for Flick, and then we go back after a successful rest, and the Gith are... we find the room, but like noises inside reveal that our presence has been noticed. So Robert unlocks the door, and Flick runs in to engage them.
Hello?
Pair of sending stones, and we explored a little bit further, and then Pardrix contacted us and said that the Illithid had fled with all of his alchemy equipment. So we decided to investigate the last of the fortress before we leave. So I think there was a hallway or a room that we hadn't opened that we were going to check out, but I think we're mostly
a couple.
All right, excellent. Thank you for that recap. It was the 1st of summer at 4:30 p.m. according to my calendar. We are once again back within this strange Illithid fortress. It seems to be some sort of draconic stronghold of long ago, though you're not sure what exactly it was used for recently.
I think Robert might need to be dragged out.
Oh,
I can't see. It's
because
dark.
he wasn't here last time.
all right, hang on.
Well, I thought, didn't we originally go up the stairs as if we were leaving this place?
Yeah, that was we went there to rest at one point, but I can't remember if you were here or not for that because you're not on the map.
Oh, he's on the map.
Oh, he is on the map. He is
Well,
now.
Robert wasn't, but Flick is on the map.
Oh, sorry, was
Yeah.
that Flick talking? I got voices confused for a second. That's what happened.
Oh yeah, no, you're all good.
Guess we
Yeah.
all sound the same to you.
I was also like reading stuff at the same time, which didn't help.
Yeah, that's fine. Oh, does someone want to play Eldwin? I can leave him in the back. It's just the group will have a little bit background. You'll just have a little bit less like resources during combat. But you can still do OOC like skill checks and stuff, or not OOC, but skill checks, and as if he's with the group. So if no one
I can
wants to-
try. I mean, if we get in combat, I'll give him a try. I'm not very good at wizards, but I guess I know some of the basic stuff that Eldwin does in combat. So,
All right.
Yeah, I was going to
Tanky little
volunteer, but I've
wizard.
got LJ.
Yeah, I'm not keen on playing other people's characters.
yeah, that's the concern. Is like I always hate when like I get them all beat up, or even worse, like while I'm playing them.
I think my only issue is if you play somebody else's character like it's your character, like if you're not being conservative and safe with it, then I think it becomes an issue.
Yeah.
But that's what the character would do.
With LJ, probably.
Yeah, I think people play LJ more tactical than he usually is.
Anyway,
All right, so you, Anvir, are you still playing LJ?
yeah, I've still got I've got it
All
open
right,
in the
and I'll
background.
give Mary a temporary Eldwin. I just have to remember to take away permissions next week. All right, so yeah, what is the plan? You should all be there now. I'm going to poof out Eldwin for now. Do we want to use the party token to move? Oh, another
Maybe just for
thing.
now.
Another thing I'm going to do is make a 30-foot dragon for the party token instead of 15. So you don't necessarily have to be all clumped up if you need to. If you want to be further apart.
Sweet.
All right, what do we need to open? The one at the south of this hallway?
Yeah, no, we haven't been there, and I think there was
Have we
a
been here?
hallway. Yeah, I was about to say, I think we have to go there as well.
That's where the lab was, and where you encountered the Illithid
Oh, is it?
Lich thing.
Yeah, my like already covered spots are a little glitchy sometimes. Like they'll just like black out.
I think we were heading directly south to this one
That's
at
what
the
I
very
thought,
end of this
too.
hallway.
I thought
Yeah,
I thought the lab was. I thought the
Based
lab
on
was
our
west.
positioning, because
Yeah,
I think we
so-
fought, then we went and rested, then we found a dead Gith, then we surfed the well, and then now we're heading south.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's just like the map sometimes doesn't always show me where we've.
Is there
already.
something over here that's unexplored? On like the mirror of where we are now, but on the other side? Because
Right here is that room with like all the traps, and then like over here is like where we came from.
I don't think it's showing me the pings when you're
Yeah.
not illuminated. That's okay.
Maybe.
All right, let's just go south.
Is there anything up here? Have we been up here yet?
Yes, that's where the zombie Gith were. That we
yeah,
just
the
killed.
Gith that you were not able to save.
And the two
Unfortunately.
rights.
Yeah. So yeah, unfortunately,
Unfortunately-
it seems the undead killed them, or they were already dead.
What's
It's hard to know.
What's unfortunate about that?
Well, I mean, life is life.
I guess it depends on your point of view. Right. So where are you going?
Just that south door, I guess.
All right. So you are heading south. Flick, do you have a light on right now?
I was just about to say, I think we might need to put a light on because Eldwin was the light.
I typically do not carry a light on me. I tend to avoid carrying a light. So
Since Eldwin's in the background, like Eldwin and LJ are usually our light stand, so I'll just use light on myself. Like I'll cast light.
All right.
Why
One
is
thing to
light
keep in
coming
mind
off
is
here?
you are at disadvantage for perception checks if you're using dark vision. It's harder to notice things unless you have Devil Sight, which gives you perfect vision in darkness.
Oh damn!
Right.
Nice.
So
Yeah, but that's hard to come by. I think warlocks are one of the only ways to get it, right?
The
I
feet.
believe so. All right. So you cast a light spell on yourself.
Yeah, because usually
Alright.
it's Eldwin or LJ, but they're not here, so I'll do it.
So you are now illuminated, I believe, right?
Yeah, I think I might have used the wrong mark. Or did I put R mark?
And actually, as this area lights up a little more, Flint, you would notice something odd about the floor over here. Or Flick, sorry. Also, I only see 3 of you in the game. Who are we missing?
I think Miri's
I
up.
Mary?
oh. Okay, so I'm looking. Oh, I went in. There's a legacy backup. How am I?
Oh,
Did you
yeah,
look
yeah.
at the
Sorry,
game?
I made this into a
Okay.
jump gate game as well.
Okay.
It's a jump
Let me
gate.
find the correct game.
Jump
I had
gate.
to. I froze and I had to disconnect, and then I guess I went back into the wrong one. I'm sitting here staring at the map, like I'm like I still see Eldwin, and I'm like I thought he said he was
I
taking
don't
Eldwin
see your
out. Yeah.
pings.
Yeah.
Jumpgate is kind of the beta stuff for the new Roll20. It's got a lot more options and it's a lot more smooth.
Okay.
And also,
That
I
explains some of
found
the
out
differences.
it allows you to use both Legacy and 2024 sheets. So if I wanted to, if someone wanted to try to make the 2024 sheets work, I could add them into this game and keep our Legacy sheets. But you can only do that in Jumpgate. So that I could let you guys mess around with that without, compromising our sheets, basically. So anyway,
Just gives you more customizability.
yeah. So as I was saying, the floor over here seems a bit strange to you, Flick. Now, do you have levels of Rogue?
I do.
Okay. So if you look a little closer, it looks like there are some scratch marks, which you would guess may have been made by some kind of trap.
Where do they start? On the square directly in front of me, or a little further down?
The square here.
So, like, basically, I go up to here. This is the edge.
Yes.
Okay. I would motion. Well, you would just see Flick just get down on all of a sudden his ears flick back and he gets down on all fours and he just comes up to this point. And then I would turn to the closest person, which at this point is Nazira, and I would say, it looks like there's a trap here.
Good eyes. Can we disable it, or does it seem magical?
Don't think it seems magical. As to disabling it, does it just look like it is, or I guess, would you like an investigation check so I can determine whether or not it's just like a pressure plate thing or what kind of trigger for the trap?
Yeah, I'll allow investigation for this if you want to use that.
Oh, actually, that is awful. What would be my alternative for investigation? Out of
So,
curiosity.
I mean, it kind of depends on how you're trying to approach it. Like you're trying to
Mhm.
figure out how the trap works and disable it, right?
Eldwin's really good at figuring this stuff out.
So yeah, generally that would be an investigation check, just like a straight up, like examining the area, looking for how this works, type thing.
Yeah. But
Right. So yeah, you're looking around, but it's hard to tell exactly where some of the what's it called? Like how the how the trap might
Mechanism.
operate. Yeah, like where the mechanisms would be. You would notice pressure plates on the floor with your perception, making you think this is kind of spring activated by stepping on the
Mhm.
floor here. Sierra 11. Yeah.
No, that was actually Eldwin, but
Oh,
he,
Eldwin.
yeah, but he rolled an at one.
hell
Yeah.
yeah.
So Eldwin just kind of scratches his head. He's like, I don't know.
Eldwin's still kind of winded from the last couple fights.
Yeah.
Are there any or any tiles look like they do any of the tiles look normal? Or as far as I know, this is where the trap begins, and I can't tell like if by circumventing just this one I could circumvent the trap entirely.
Give me a perception check.
Okay. Where is my there it is.
DC, I'll say, is
Nope.
not that low.
DC
So-
is no.
Yeah.
Any chance I can do one? Mainly.
Yeah, so I mean, if you want to come up and take a look as well, you certainly can. You might
He's
notice
got
some
much
type-
better eyes.
DC is 15 on this for the roll.
30.
Okay, 30. So it looks like there are spots, and you kind of point them out to Flick, where one might be able to move through the area and not trigger the plates, but you'd require some pretty heavy-duty balancing. You're looking at like acrobatics,
the-
DC 15 or higher.
Anvir, do you think these pressure plates are all up on the floor? Or
I look around, are they just on the floor?
Yeah, you think the triggering mechanism is just on the floor.
I think
Can you
most of
tell
us
how-
can just get over it.
yeah, can you tell how much of the hallway is trapped?
I think you said it was just like these like four right here, right?
Well, with your light source, actually, now, it looks like behind them, the other four spots have pressure plates as well. There might be 2 sets of traps here.
It looks like all the way to the door.
I see. I could
Why not just
I was-
throw some rocks on them and set them off?
Well, we could do that, but we don't know if they
We
would.
can try,
quickly- There's also the potential that it's one of those traps that just reactivate themselves.
Trial and error?
let's actually LJ's pretty damn strong and has enjoyed moving boulders around before. Do you think he can just plop one down on the trap and then we climb over it?
LJ says, "Leave it to me," and he grabs a big chunk of rock from over here. He walks over
Go stand here.
and says, "All right, here we go."
Flick, I
And
suggest
he-
you back up.
Not really waiting, just kind of drops it on the floor here. And Flick's like, jumps back. And there is a click and several blades pop out for a moment, slashing through the area, sparks flying as they strike parts of the floors, ceilings, and wall, where you can see kind
And
of the
the rock.
scarring.
and the
Yeah,
boulder.
and the boulder gets cracked a bit, and then they retract.
So they seem like they reset.
Alright, I do it
seems like
again.
some kind of spring trap.
Well, wait. So if the stone is still there, though, perhaps Yeah, go ahead and throw another stone on the
so
same section.
I guess with
See if
your passive perception, I'll say Anvir and Flick, and Nasira. It seems like when the sword hit the stone, it kind of not that the blade bent, but like the mechanism like bent a bit as if to compensate, so it wouldn't just break the trap. Almost like there's some kind of spring on the actual mechanism that strikes.
Okay. A little bit of an agile design.
Yeah, so it's like it doesn't like get stuck or break off if it hits something like hard, like plate armor.
But the pressure plate that triggered it still has the weight of the rock on it, and it's still reset.
Yes, it's still reset. The plate is down.
Interesting.
So as far as you know, you could
Okay.
step on that plate and it shouldn't go off
Okay.
again. It doesn't seem like the trap is continually slashing.
All right, throw another rock on the other side.
So we'll say maybe like this pressure plate here has a rock on it.
Keep going, Eldwin. I believe in you. Oh, not Eldwin. LJ.
Okay.
LJ says, "You want another big rock?"
Go for it, big boy.
So he throws one over to this second plate, which once again will trigger the trap. A bunch of sparks flying off it again. But now you have 10 feet worth of floor that is pressed down.
I see. So it's. I was thinking that the first section of 4 was a trap, but it's all 4 rows. Each row is a trap.
It seems like it so far.
Okay.
He says, well, I can't get to the next section unless I jump up on those... I guess I could walk across the plates. So I'll say the plates, because they probably would be smaller than 5 feet. We'll say there's 4 plates on each square. So I'll say he triggered 1 plate on each, like a small, maybe like 2.5 by 2.5 foot area.
Oh, okay.
So
So it gives us a safe path, but there's still active traps all around us.
Yeah, you just have to kind of hop from one plate to the other. LJ says,
Okay.
well, you want me to throw another rock?
Yeah.
I'll have
Maybe
to
see if you
move.
can just throw it all the way to the end.
As well, these
get
are
one of the
pretty
ones at the
heavy. I
end.
might have to, like, stepping stone hop
Okay.
from one plate to the other.
Before he tosses the other rock, Robert wants to go and like break off a chunk of wood from these crates or whatever.
Okay.
And when the mechanism, jolts forward, Robert wants to like try and time it to shove the plank of wood into the mechanism and try to break it.
You mean where the blades pop out?
Yes.
Sure. So, I guess, what would you use for that? Strength, maybe? Yeah, alright.
Yeah.
So, you're trying to kind of get the trap gear stuck.
Yes.
So I guess, give me a strength check. Although now he's setting off this side of the room. Okay, so he'll trigger it again, and you kind of jabbing the, not throw, but like jabbing your plank in there. But the steel rod with the sword attached would just snap it right in twain. The trap would continue. But it looks like he has made another safe spot in this area. So now there's just one
Perhaps
more.
something of more substance, a metal tool or something, rather than the wood.
And actually, him doing that, I'll say Flick, because you have rogue levels. That kind of gives you an idea as to how you might access the mechanism. Now that you kind of know where it is on the wall. Although it would
Yeah.
require you kind of making a little hole where the sword arms come out.
Am I imagining
Okay.
things, Robert, or do you also have rogue levels?
So also what? I'm sorry?
Am I imagining things, or do you also have rogue levels? Or is it just that you have lockpicking tools or something?
You're imagining things.
He's a
I have a
pirate.
spy
He's not.
background.
He's
Yeah,
not.
I'm a pirate, not a rogue.
Yeah,
He's not
I
a
remembered he
thief.
had. Yeah, I remembered he had the tools. Was also I wasn't sure.
Fair enough. Alright, so there's the one more plate if you want to just have LJ throw the rock. Or you can try to disable this if you can get behind the wall where those arms are.
I think after seeing that go off enough times, I would probably be interested in trying to actually disarm it.
If you're going to try to disarm it, here, let me give you some help guidance.
Guidance.
Do you have
As
any?
you say.
Does anyone have any proficiency in like stoneworker tools?
Otto did way back when.
Way back when.
Wood
Yeah.
carvers.
Yeah. Fortunately, the walls are made of stone.
Don't we have a
Uh,
dwarf with? No, never mind. Sorry, wrong party. Never mind. I thought
I
we
don't
were.
think we've
I was
ever
thinking of
had a
older ones.
dwarf in this party.
Well, I was thinking of an NPC that's
All good.
All right. Give me. give me another. I'll say investigation with advantage. Now that you kind of see where the swords are coming out of.
Brat.
Oh my.
Don't forget your
15,
D4.
Oh, and yeah, D4.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, D4. That's right. Roll 4. Brat. So
18.
18 total.
So you are kind of looking around using the rocks where the pressure plates are down as like a safe place to step. And you do find one section of the wall here that looks like it can be kind of opened up. And there is access to the mechanism. Looks like 2 mechanisms, one for each set of blades. If you want to disable them, it will be a Thieves' Tools check. Probably about 15 DC.
Run in there, Anvir. Get him. Get him with your magic fingers.
Alright, so you're
Now run away.
given another guidance before attempting this.
Just grab my tail.
Just tip your tail and then run off.
Yeah. I can just click Thieves Tool, right? If I just do that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah!
Alright, so
You have plus 15? Good lord!
you are definitely able to...
Oh, he couldn't fail if it was DC 15.
Yeah, it looks like it. Do you have expertise or something?
Yeah, I have expertise. I chose expertise
Okay.
for that and performance.
That
Nice.
makes sense then. Alright, so yes, you are able to disable the trap. And it looks like you can even grab the swords off if you want. There
Nice.
are a bunch of,
Ooh.
looks like scimitars. Pretty well crafted too. Though kind of old.
Is there like, I guess, if there's no consequence to grabbing him, I would invite, is it, I might be misremembering, was it Onvir who's been doing the, no, it's Eldwin, right, who's been doing like the detect magic, like,
Yeah.
ritual?
Well, he's the one that does the identifies. Yeah, and detect magic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, does anyone have history? Actually,
I do.
All right, so you would recognize these as he's like looking at some of them as being fairly something of a kind of value.
Oh.
Ooh, Forgotten Empire swords.
It looks like something to do with the Dragonborn, though you wouldn't remember the name of their empire. Looks like their type of craftsmanship, and yeah, it looks like something that you could sell. They'd weigh as much as normal scimitars, but these would be art objects. So,
We could probably get a bit of coin off those.
if
Especially
you want
someone's
to
a
take
history.
them, they're very pretty.
Might as well. We might as well.
All
We're
the
heading home.
rusty and nicked. Like, who would want to buy a nicked sword?
I don't think they're old and rusty. I think they're just oldly made.
They're definitely
Yeah.
old.
We might as well take them. We're heading home soon, and they are valuable. They could help pay for some of the food.
Yeah, you haven't seen scimitars like this before, most likely.
Why not just
Mhm.
melt them down and use the metal for something more productive, like tools?
Because
Yeah,
they would lose
definitely.
value.
I think some of their value is in their craftsmanship, not that they are precious metals. But we could have them assessed and see.
They says,
As long as the sword doesn't break, a sword's...
well, they are pretty. I mean, I haven't seen that design before. Because I think LJ is a blacksmith trained.
Yeah, I know he definitely used to say he was, although I don't see it written down anywhere.
Maybe he's a
Although
liar.
I know for a fact Eldwin has said he is.
Okay.
Oh, is he?
So who's taking the scimitars, or is anyone taking them?
Put him in the bag, I guess.
Alright, so just add them to the bag of holding then. Alright, so yeah.
Oh, yeah,
what do
he
you wanna
does. He has Smith's tools. You're right.
Oh, Eldwin?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so yeah, he would definitely not want these melted down. He says he's savage.
No. I see them. Smith's tools here.
Like, no one needs decorations on their swords. Just saying.
He says it's not
Well, we don't. Not anybody
it's
who
not
actually uses
just decoration. You have to appreciate the curvature of the blade here and how the metal was worked. I mean, come on.
I feel like Eldwin's hand instinctively goes to his super, super fancy ornate rapier as you say that.
Like, as he's lecturing me, Robert just does like that little hand yapping motion, you know?
Savage. He just
Anyway.
Alright,
puts them in the bag.
Yeah.
All right.
Is someone recording these? I guess Eldwin's been doing our scribing. I guess one of us
Oh.
has to now.
Well, I mean, who's carrying the bag?
It was LJ, but I guess I don't know. I'll make sure it gets added.
Yeah.
I just realized that Eldwin's kind of been doing it since LJ left, but
I think Eldwin's been the one filling it out. I think I technically have it just because I have good eyes and we thought it'd be safer with me.
that's fine. All
Yeah.
right, so
However you
fancy
guys want
swords
to do
times 8. Yep, I'm adding it now.
All right, but yeah, you think it is safe to walk there now?
Alright, let's go. I try this door.
All right. The door appears locked.
I will give Flick some guidance, and then I'm backing away in case it's trapped.
We have these skeleton keys
Well-
we found.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see anything that looks like a trap on the door. Now remind me, do any of you speak Draconic?
I think
I do.
someone does.
Okay, because there
So
is
did I.
some carving on the door here, which you would be able to read if you speak Draconic. It would say it would say what would it say? I guess prayer area. Shrine.
Oh.
Yeah, we'll say it's a shrine area.
Another good place to sometimes find valuable art objects.
All right. So, do you want to try the skeleton key? You're gonna pick it. What are you gonna do?
I figured we'd try the skeleton tree first.
All right. The skeleton key
I think-
is indeed successful, and you've unlocked the door.
Nice.
Wait, so did you convey that it was a prayer room? Just so I know what Onvia thinks about this.
Sacking a church, that's more to my speed.
I'm sorry, a church?
It's
Might need
probably from the
levitation.
Dragonborn days. Very old. Probably not a deity you've ever heard of or served. And you know, the dead are dust. What can they do with their trinkets?
Sorry, did you say I may not have heard of Baphomet?
Who?
I don't know. She's just trying to like
I think you mean
make me feel
Bahamut.
better about what we're about to do.
Bahamut, that's the one.
Baphomet is a very different
Yes,
deity.
yes. I realize you said Bahamut, and I'm like, wait.
It's a faux pas to mix
Wait,
those
this
two
is, even if
Yes.
like he mentions that it's a prayer area, I mean, we'll figure it out as soon as we open it, right?
Yeah.
So if you click on the door, it should open up Flick. All right, so
Yeah.
you do see an altar there, which looks like it has 2 large gems on it. They kind of glint back at you as your light hits them. There's also some large stone pews. In front of the altar is an old ceremonial-looking, look like a carpet of some kind, and it's in pretty good condition for how old it must be.
Like a prayer mat?
Yeah, maybe like a place someone might stand or kneel. But the altar itself has these 2 large gems on it, as well as some draconic-looking bones.
I don't know if Robert has the will to not go up and just grab those gems.
Is that what you're gonna do?
Hold on. I'm gonna roll a wisdom check. 10 or lower, he does.
So Robert
Oh, no!
immediately steps forward and's like, "Ooh!"
I
And
think
has
I was
no
too
will.
far back to try and stop him, so.
he rushes forward to grab this gem, right?
Yes.
I see him rush forward, and I take a couple steps back.
All right,
I like
so
how Lou made
Right
you
here?
confirm twice, which means something is
So-
going to happen.
you move up.
I failed my
the-
wisdom save.
The large glinting gem, just like calling to you.
I don't like that you said calling to you, because my brain went to one thing when you said gem and dragon area.
Everyone is so paranoid.
Yes.
This is what I'm used to.
Sorry, how many sentient magic
So-
items are in this group right now?
What's your perception? Oh, it's not good. All right, so you rush
At
up
least
to the
3.
gem. You're like, oh, and you're gonna pick it up, and it's kind of too late now. But as you pick up the gem, you hear a hissing noise from underneath, and realize there is a hole that was kind of holding the gem. And as you pick the gem up, the hissing gets louder and fire starts spewing out into the area. I would need a deck save from you and, Flick, you're at the very edge, so I'll give you advantage on this deck save as the room just fills with a blast of fire.
Oh no. It's gonna destroy all the goodies.
What's the DC?
DC is 18 up, just made it.
There was a book in the
Okay.
corner. We'll see if it survives.
Oh.
I'm going to use
Was.
one of my two. Wait. Inspiration point is inspiration, yeah?
Yeah, it's inspiration on the roll.
Alright, then I'm going to use one of my 2 inspiration points
Okay.
on this deck save.
Oh!
And that's unfortunate. I'll use my story
Okay.
point. My
For a
singular story
reroll.
point.
Alright, reroll.
Yeah.
Rerolling the 11. Oh!
Ah,
Alright.
Oh man,
Alright.
that's tough.
Unfortunately, you are consumed in flame for 52 points of damage.
damn.
Oh my lord.
Is that a half for me?
Yes, unless you have evasion. I'm not sure how
Not
rogue
yet.
you are. Alright, so you would take 26. There's just fire. An intense inferno of heat goes everywhere. The rug would be incinerated. Just burned up. And there's a bunch of scorching all over the room. As this flame kind of dies down, the hissing kind of goes away. And yeah, Robert, it's kind of burned. Definitely.
Is he still standing there holding the gem like?
I'm
He has
so glad.
probably a bunch of scorch marks on him. He's like, ugh, but he has that big, nice looking gem in his hand.
I'm so glad I moved back, because I was in the doorway next to Flick. He said he ran forward. I'm like, I'm moving back.
Yeah, the room just like filled with flames. You're like, ah, and then like it kind of dissipated and just like Robert's all burned.
Mascara's gonna like kind
Yeah,
of.
as he's holding the gem in his hand, his eyes flick over to the other one.
Ugh. You can roll another wisdom
It's
save.
like, he's like,
It can't happen twice, can it? Ah.
yeah, that's exactly his thought process. I think
Nasira's just gonna wait to see what he does.
I think Robert held himself back this time, but barely.
Right. It's like, what is it, negative reinforcement. He's like,
So does that.
probably shouldn't grab that one.
I'm sure he pockets that gem though. He's like, I earned this.
Yeah, so this
Yeah,
gem is
you-
very large. It's not as large as it is in the picture, but it's like the size of your fist. In fact,
Stuff it in your pack.
what's the name of that orange gem?
Sunstone.
Amber?
Amber?
I think I think
Amber?
that's
Yeah.
it. It's amber. Very
There's a few.
large.
Topaz.
Yeah. there's
Oh,
some-
maybe it's
Topaz, yeah.
topaz. Okay, yeah, I think it is topaz. Not
Topaz is an actual gem. Amber
there's
is
a
just
lot of-
amber.
Yeah.
citrine. There's some agates. I mean, there's a lot of orange stones. I don't know what you're looking for.
I
So
think certain opals can be orange because
yeah, we'll
opals are
say
like
it's
really
the topaz. Pretty valuable. It's a very well cut stone. You would guess it was probably used for some kind of ritual that may have been performed on this altar. Why there's a bunch of
What's this-
fire
would you
under
s-
it? That's a bit strange, but
No.
What did you say this weighs?
oh,
The gems all have 0 weight in the.
yeah. I mean, you could say
Yeah,
it weighs.
there's a fist-sized topaz.
You could say it weighs like a pound.
Okay.
Before he had picked that up, I was going to ask if I knew of any specific religious relevance to this shrine.
It just looks like it does look like an altar, though the symbols would indicate it may have been a altar or an altar to what's his name? Not Bahamut, the other one.
Tiamat.
Tiamat, yeah.
Oh, never mind. I take back what I said about raiding the temple. Go for it.
So I can grab this other gemstone too?
Hold on a second. Yeah, go for it. But you might want to step back.
Anvir, we have corrupted you, and it's amazing, and I love it.
You know what?
Obvious started
Robert,
off as lawful good. He became neutral good after like 40 sessions.
Robert has a brain blast. All right.
So
He
this,
pulls out-
well, really quick, this gem is looks like a black diamond, also very large,
Ooh.
probably very valuable. Again, most likely
Alright.
some kind of ritual gem.
And Robert, I did not record that gem because I'm assuming it's going in your inventory.
It already did, baby.
Yeah, okay, good. I just want to make sure it gets recorded. So yeah.
You know, Robert takes a look around the area of the gemstone.
All right.
Is
Well,
it, like,
you
the exact same as the.
it is.
Hello?
There's like a kind of a hole underneath it that is holding it. And actually,
Do you
I should
want-
probably tell you about the altar a little, even though it's scorched. It's still in pretty good shape. You would notice there are not drawers, but kind of like I guess they're kind of like drawers or cubby holes, but they are closed. So there might be it might be something worth searching.
Do you want Anvir's blessing before you snatch the next one?
Hold on. Robert wipes some soot off his face. You know, doing like a second wind here.
I don't know if
Maybe,
that will work.
Anvir, maybe you should go take a look at that before he blows himself up again.
Oh,
What's our level right now? 13.
Eldwin. Our
Yeah.
voice of reason, our intelligent one.
Okay, Robert, before I get near that shrine, I need you to take 3 steps back, a couple of steps back, because I don't trust you.
Robert, why can't I grab my token? There you go.
Alright,
Okay.
so Robert just nods and backs up.
Well, he sighs and reluctantly does it.
You just released a giant wall of fire, and you don't get to judge me.
Alright, give me an active perception check. Sight based. Actually, sight or sound, either are relevant.
Nice.
Same
Alright.
as my passive.
So, looking closely at this other gem, you do hear what sounds like a little bit of a hissing noise coming from it as well. There could be a trap here.
Perhaps we should all stand in the hallway and we can try and push the stone off with mage hand or something.
I was just
Doesn't
gonna-
everyone
I
else-
have an idea.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Robert pulls out the rope in his bag.
He says he has an idea, I immediately start running north.
Oh, never mind.
You-
Eldwin doesn't have mage hand, so anyway. Do
He
your thing.
wraps the rope around the gemstone, right? Makes a nice little knot.
Like a little
Perfect.
lasso.
Yeah, and then he
Alright.
takes the other end of the rope. He stands over here, and then he yanks it.
Giving Flick a moment to move back. Oh, I guess Flick is
Hey,
further away. for
I am
this side.
very curious about all this going on.
Well, it depends if this trap is 20, like the last one,
Yeah.
or if it's further.
All right, so you pull on the rope. The
Andre's
gem,
not taking any chances.
yeah, the gem would pop
No.
off, and once again, a bunch of flame blasts into the room from the other side. scorching the destroyed carpet even more. But yeah, not hitting anyone this time, thankfully.
To destroy my rope.
Yeah, I was gonna say, does he still have a rope?
The rope, let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, about 25 feet of the rope probably got incinerated.
About so half the rope.
Yeah, about half the rope. But yeah, the
Aha!
gem is laying on the desk, luckily unburnt. As the
feel like
fire
LJ
kind of
reaches in the
dies
bag.
down.
I feel like LJ reaches in the bag and hands you a new rope.
I have the bag.
Oh, okay, never mind.
I double checked. It's actually marked in my inventory.
Okay, good.
Sure, this group has an abnormal amount of rope.
We really do.
Going to-
Or we did. I don't know if we still do. I think some of it's on
I'm
the ship.
going to half the weight of my rope in my inventory to.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, we were like, rope is so important. Let's buy like 5 bundles of it and then never
I think
use
it's
rope again.
LJ.
Obviously, you're using it
Rob-
now, so.
Robert goes and grabs his spoil.
Alright, so
Aha! It worked!
By the way, Eldwin, I thought I saw a book on the other side. I know how you like books.
So this is a black diamond. You'd guess worth about 600 gold pieces. Again, a very nice, nice gem. And there are those cubbies which are closed still.
You know,
I'll-
as much as
I'll
I'd
go-
love to keep this, I understand this is a group effort. And if it wasn't for Envy hearing the trap, I would have probably been dead. So here you go. And he hands it over to Envy.
Alwyn says, do you
Aw.
think you would have opened up the second gem if we weren't here? It seems kind of crazy.
Probably.
Oh. Alright.
Onvir, can you use black diamonds for the same spell casting that you use regular diamonds?
Luke.
Yes.
Okay, yes.
Nice. Very good. In that case, it was a very good gem to give him. This one has very powerful magics that often revive us or save us that required such gems.
Wait, when the hell did I get a diamond worth 1,000 gold?
We've given you all the diamonds we've found, I think.
Yeah, I know. I just didn't realize I had that one.
Again, if you recorded it, it was some pot that we found, you know?
Yeah,
I'll go over here with Eldwin and take a look at this book.
Alright, so the book looks like an old prayer book to.
Wonder when we're in the city, you
Tiamat.
could find a jewel crafter and chop up that 1,000 gold one, like at least into a few pieces. That way, you can, you don't have to consume it more value than you need for some of the spells.
I also do have a lot
Uh,
of religious components at the moment. We found quite a
that's-
few.
Yeah, it looks like a fairly extensive book on prayers to Tiamat.
Burn the book.
If you, let's see, so who's reading through it? I guess
Probably
you
Eldwin.
wouldn't necessarily understand what it says if you didn't have Draconic, though.
Oh yeah, if it's draconic, then I guess it wouldn't be
this
us.
is definitely in Draconic.
Okay.
Eldwin doesn't speak Draconic, does he?
He doesn't.
Yeah, I didn't think
Alright.
so.
You guys used me last time to kind of like
That's
to
true.
translate.
If you are
It didn't work.
interested there.
Oh.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh no, you're all good. Hit me.
No, yeah, she was just gonna say, yeah, I think this is in that language you speak if you want to take a look.
It's like, come here, kitty, kitty. I'm like, okay, whatever. I'll come over.
He's accepted and doing it to himself now.
Yeah, LJ crosses his arms. He's like, I couldn't call him Kitty.
Sorry, who has the book?
It's on the table over
It's
here.
sitting on a table right
Oh, on
here.
the table. Oh, no one. Okay, heard. Hell yeah. All right.
Alright, so you
This has never gone badly.
look at the words, and yeah, like as they thought, it is a prayer book to Tiamat. You kind of, I'm guessing you're like kind of paging through, kind of looking it over.
Yeah, exactly.
Give me an intelligence check, unless you have something else that you might use
Dun, dun,
for
dun.
figuring out useful things from a book.
Is that where I just click on the intelligence stat?
Yes, not the save, just the stat.
Boom.
Oh. All right.
Oh.
So
I have my moments. Don't be that surprised, Lou. Jeez, rude.
Hey, for a flat roll, that's pretty good.
All right, calm down. Jeez. So let's see. It looks like there is a recipe in here for a magical item.
Nice.
Oh.
What
Do you know which
that
one?
is, give me a moment to look up something in my note.
There are so many fun dragon-themed magic items. I don't know if it is a dragon-themed one, but it just made me think about that.
It is. Oh. Hey, what?
Mhm.
Yes.
I'm
Page
slightly
not-
concerned.
It's page not found. Well, that's not a very useful magical item.
It's the source of all page not founds. If we destroy this one, they all
Oh
live.
no! It shows you how to make the legendary sword 404.
Exactly. The slayer of computer programs. Let me see.
Error 404. Connection to life no longer found.
Is this one working? Oh, that's kind of working. All right. Sorry, give me one moment. Backdoor this. And go this route.
Just ask permission.
Depending on
for
the
this.
source, I might be able to find it in Roll or in D&D Beyond.
Remember to use the hacker voice. I'm in.
I'm in.
No, that's not working. Why don't you guys continue while I'm trying to figure this out? Sorry.
Okay.
Hey, Anvir, were these drawers trapped as well, or were they good?
I don't know.
Oh, the drawers? Give me...
Let me have a look.
Yeah, give me a perception check.
25.
Nice. You're very reliable, Anvir.
Helps I have advantage on them.
25, but you keep rolling 25s, and that's also your passive, so it's
Yeah.
very consistent.
So it's not trapped as far as you can tell. You think you can just open these up? There's no lock or anything either.
No, it should be
As soon
good.
as
to
he
just-
says it's not trapped, he just pulls it up immediately.
Okay. So there are a bunch of bones inside these.
Oh. It just remains.
Oh,
Useless
you see your
remains.
face fall.
Yeah, some kind of remains.
He sees the bone and just closes the drawer back up.
But I'll say that I'll say Arcana might tell you something about the bones.
I think that's only Eldwin in this group.
Oh, well, yeah, go ahead, make one for Eldwin then.
Like nothing but bones.
Nice.
So he says, I think these are actually pieces of dragon bone. These could be valuable.
Oh, well, then let us collect it and move along. So all of the drawers are contain the same stuff.
Yeah, there's just a bunch of dragon bones.
Jesus, 20 pounds.
Yeah.
Is there a
It's-
value on these, or they're just essences or raw components?
So he would say these can be refined into dragon essences, which could be very strong. But you'd need an alchemy lab because these are not freshly killed dragons, though dragon parts tend to retain some of their magical properties. So yeah, something like these could be kind of broken down into the essence, which would be valuable to us. He says there are also certain rituals that dragon bones can be used in. I mean, any dragon parts can be very valuable to those who use magic, whether it be nature magic, arcane, or divine magic. Because just
Do we think these are
Innately.
mixed, or are these are from all the same dragon?
he says that I don't know. I can just tell that these are dragon bones. They might be mixed.
Could I use medicine to know that?
Sure. You could attempt a medicine check. It would be pretty hard though. Probably DC.
Oh, okay.
These might all be the same dragon.
Interesting. Okay.
They may have been taken
I
from
wonder-
a slain dragon and kept here.
Well, we might as well collect them if they're of value for spellcasting. Anything
No,
else, or are we?
I'll say with a 20, you believe these are gold dragon bones.
I was just about to say,
Oh.
since this is a Tiamat shrine, I wonder if these are metallic bones.
All right, I'll record that. Bones of a gold dragon.
Spellcasters are into the weirdest things.
Yeah.
But I assume 20 pounds of bones is not probably a complete dragon.
Depends on the age of the dragon, I guess.
I guess. Oh yeah.
Just a
Alright.
wormling.
What have you got over there, Flick? You seem intrigued by those pages.
What does he have?
I'll,
Indeed?
Yeah, what do I have indeed?
Let's see.
This is in real time how long it takes for Flick to comprehend.
Yeah, he's reading
what all
through
these
it.
words
He's like,
mean.
huh.
Last time I could understand
Huh.
the magic stuff, so I'm just like, okay.
Okay, I think I finally got what I wanted. So it looks like a recipe to do or to make this.
Ooh.
Which might go along with some of the dragon bones you found at the altar. Like maybe they had made something like this or were
Oh.
planning to make something like this. But a
I'm not-
very, very useful focus.
I've got to say, this is useless to me. So if anyone else wants to try and craft that at some point, go for it. But my shield does the same thing, actually, at plus some.
Well, it could be valuable for those who do not have many magic items and wish
True.
to get the jump on enemies, but it may also be valuable to us as a group to sell the recipe, some of the reagents for that recipe to someone that it is more useful and valuable to.
Yeah,
I
so
think
make
Robin's gonna
make
use
sure
that.
you record that among your group's recipes.
I'm just trying to think. I think the only people it would be useful for is... I think Robert could use it.
I'm not a spellcaster.
Don't you have ranger levels?
Well, you don't have to be.
No.
It just says that it gives you.
It says
um,
required
more-
attunement by a spellcaster.
Oh, it does. Never mind. Sorry, you're right. Yeah.
it would be. a
Who had ranger
spellcaster.
level? Was it Flick who had ranger levels?
I do have ranger levels.
Okay, it was you I was thinking of that had ranger levels. Okay.
Yeah.
So Flick could use it.
Could have like
and
an
Elden-
amulet or something.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, we can burn that bridge. I would, give that description to Nazira and bring the book over to her, and yeah,
It's a good thing
now-
Perhaps bring the whole book, or remove the pages with the recipe, and we'll store them for later. You can
good.
perhaps translate them during downtime.
It's a good thing I didn't just
So-
burn it like I wanted to.
The prayer book itself might be worth some gold as well, as
Oh.
as another art.
Perhaps we
object.
can copy the recipe or translate the recipe into common and then sell the book.
So yeah, if
Yeah,
you
but-
want to record that as another treasure that could be sold. But
What's
I'll
the
say,
thought again, Tiamat?
yeah, Tiamat prayer book. Worth 40 gold. It'd weigh as much as a book, which I think is like 5 pounds. Because it is
Yeah.
not
Yeah,
tiny.
'cause
It's
books.
big. It's
Yeah,
not
especially
like,
for a
there's
prayer
no
book.
printing press, so it's just a bunch of it's a huge stack of pages sewn together. But as you get closer here on Veer, you would notice that the area up here in front looks like it is also kind of scratched up past the
Ew.
archway.
I think we might have more swords in the walls.
Let us go the other way. It seems to me that we know where this will lead us based on where we have explored so far.
Yeah, I think so. My map, like the previous places we've been, are like glitching out for me, and they're like super dark, so I can barely see.
We
I
can
think
count
I-
our steps. We can count our steps as we go back to the main chamber and double check ourselves.
Okay, so where
Does
are
that
you
sound
going?
realistic, Lou? Instead of us like metagaming because we see the map.
I mean, you can assume there might be another way into that area, as you know.
That's what I mean. It's like we'll double check ourselves just by like counting our steps as we go back through the hallways and stuff. But like, we could probably figure it out, right?
Yeah, probably
cool.
makes
All
probably
right.
makes sense.
Were there other passageways we have not explored? I think there may have been one more.
I will take your word on that.
In the main throne
But I
room?
missed a session, so it could just be that my map hasn't been revealed and you guys have been there. Yeah, over there is what I was thinking of over here.
All right.
Mhm.
Well,
Okay,
where
let
are
us
you guys going?
let's go back to the main chamber.
Okay.
I think
and
the only
head
problem
towards
is, isn't that where the traps are? No, that's up here. No, we're good.
where are
Ignore
the
me.
traps? They're here, right?
Yeah, they're like
Alright.
up more.
Lou, can we climb over this cave in?
Yes. So there's a large amount of rubble, but it is not all the way to the ceiling, so you can start
Let's-
climbing over it. It would just be
and-
difficult terrain.
Are there any traps down in the more southerly part of this main room, or are they all up north that we have encountered?
Southernly main room. What do you mean?
I think I missed this session when we found all the traps. So, and they keep telling me like they keep pinging this northern part with the 6 columns and saying the
There were
traps are here.
there were those like arcane.
Well, you've never
sigil-
been over here before, so you wouldn't know
Okay.
if there are any traps here.
My
Um,
brown ping doesn't show up very well on this, does it?
I can see where you're pinging.
Okay, good.
So Robert is in front, climbing over the rubble.
Is there
Yeah,
a room
you
I can
see.
enter?
Huh?
Is this a room I can enter?
This here, no, it looks like a place where the wall kind of came down, and there's a bunch of dirt. There's no room, though, unfortunately. You would hear, I'll say, Anvir, you would hear water running somewhere nearby. Looking closely, it looks like there are a few holes in the wall here in the dirt. And yeah, there might be, this might somehow connect to that underground river you saw.
Oh,
Though no obvious way to get to it, but if you dig through the dirt, maybe you could get to it.
do we think there's any merit to that?
But yeah, it looks like a big section of the wall caved in here, like fell over. So that's part of the reason why there's so much rubble.
Or kind of just shrugs.
Yep.
Keeps moving forward.
Keep note of that.
Alright. So as you climb up, it's getting a little bit harder. The rubble is kind of close to the ceiling in this area, but there is about a 2-foot gap which you can kind of squeeze through.
Robert's
and
not a particularly large man.
crawling through, it looks like there's more caving up here. Again, a small gap, and the rocks get kind of lower down as you go south. So to the south of you, looks like there is a large throne.
I think
Yes,
we looked at.
Yeah,
the
we've
throne
been here before. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
We've looked at this.
I think it's just we haven't like gone through like this door over here and stuff.
Yeah. We went through here.
I don't think
Yeah,
we
I
went
think-
to the south down here though,
Yeah, we didn't go
Which-
down here.
which probably just leads to the same place.
Yeah. I think this was just like with the having 300 vision that like all this got illuminated when we were coming through originally.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe you like just saw past.
But
all
we've
the
never
rocks.
actually.
I
Yeah.
don't think you've actually gone to the throne. You've just seen it.
Exactly.
No, I think we have. 'Cause you said that it looked like it was added. Or something like that, if I remember correctly.
Because I think the very first
Did you go up to
time-
it though?
I can't remember. Let us do it again just to be safe.
I mean,
Yeah,
maybe
that
you did.
part I
You
don't
you went
remember.
through the door over here, so maybe you explored it. But there is that other door to the south.
Yeah.
So you kind of walk past the very large throne, which looks like it is meant for at least a large or huge creature to sit in.
I think we were here because I think this is where we found some sign of like something that wasn't dragons, like a goblinoid faction or
I think it
something
was
like that.
orcs.
Yeah.
Orcs or something. That's what it
So
was.
over here, you would notice on this door, on this side, there is the holy symbol of Tiamat. And on this door over here, there is the holy symbol of Bahamut, which is kind of odd.
Oh, so that's interesting.
Again, big
Would I-
double doors.
So they had both?
It is very strange to you that deities that are so different and at odds with each other would have shrines right next to each other.
Isn't there
Okay.
like a third deity?
Usually, the followers of Bahamut and the followers of Tiamat would not be able to coexist in the same area.
I think actually, technically, I don't know. Onvia definitely wouldn't know this, but I think in older editions there was a third one. But
I
anyway,
try these first.
Alright, so what do you want to do? The door
I'm
here,
gonna-
if you try to open it, appears to be locked.
Oh, like it looks like
Skeleton
an X right here.
key?
Oh, a skeleton key.
Alright, so you try the skeleton keys that you have, and one of them does work, unlocking the door.
Nice.
Hmm. I look at the group and I just put my paw on the door and I'm just like, all
Go for it, my man.
right. What's behind door number 1?
Alright, so are you gonna open the door?
I am going to open the door.
Alright, so you
Put up.
should be able to. Yep. So you open the door, and it looks like it leads into another chapel area, similar to the other one. Though this
Don't step-
one has markings of Bahamut rather than markings of Tiamat.
Now, before any of you move forward, give me 2 seconds to check out the floor in front of you.
Alright, give me a perception.
The other one was trapped like right there, so I don't want to take the risk. Ooh, I rolled actually
16.
very low for me.
So you are definitely concerned as you find a bunch of small hidden holes in the walls here.
Ooh, I think it's
Maybe
a
some
different
kind
trap,
of-
but still trapped.
Yeah, maybe some kind of spike trap, or it's hard to know for sure, but there does look like it is suspicious.
My money's on darts or spears or something along those lines. Something stabby.
Just cover up the holes, yeah?
If you feel confident enough that you can cover up all those
and
holes.
you would also, let's see, Flick. Yeah, Flick and you, especially Flick with his knowledge of traps, there are more pressure plates on the floor in this 10-foot area, which you would guess are the trigger of the trap.
Hmm. With the information from the last trap, where after we saw it go off, I could see kind of like where I could access it. If I look around in that same area as last time
All right.
to see if there's a pattern.
So I'll let you use perception or investigation, being a rogue or having rogue levels, because you'd probably be better at finding traps than most people. 18. So you find an access panel in the wall here. You kind of have to very carefully lean out with an acrobatics check but you might be able to open it up to disable the trap if you make a DC 15 acrobatics check to position yourself.
I'll attempt it. Brat.
Alright, so luckily you are able to anchor yourself kind of in a weird way to gain access to the panel. DC 20 to disable.
Ooh, all right.
It's kind of
Well,
tough.
this looks kind of tough. I think I will pop an inspiration point because I need to look good for everybody since I'm doing rogue stuff.
Alright.
And brat.
Alright, 28 would definitely be enough. So this, you don't think this is a spike trap. It looks like there is kind of like the other one, almost like a little gas tube. So this might be another fire trap. But you do manage to deactivate and seal off wherever the gas is coming from. So you don't think the trap will go off now.
So very confidently, I will.
The sparker
pretend to
and the
fall.
gas no longer function.
Hell yeah. Then I'll just I'll pretend to fall onto the trap, being like,
Oh,
no, and then
Click.
nothing happens.
Yeah.
I hope nothing happens. Okay, cool.
Immediately, LJ starts clapping.
Yeah, of course. Well, whatever.
Says, "Good
My
kitty."
kicks are not for LJ.
Oh, he seems sad. All right, so
Okay.
you walk through the arch there, now entering the little Bahamut Cathedral. Looks like instead of the skulls, there is like a nice looking mirror over here. Next to the mirror, on both sides, you would see several large eggs.
Eggs.
Yes.
Okay.
Strange.
they
You would
get
also
Yankee
notice
eggs?
more prayer books over here as you come in.
Robert, it's a safe bet you're probably the only one who can read these. Not Robert, sorry, Flick.
I
Alright.
would go investigate.
You're gonna start looking through those. All right, so you're working on that. What are the
I
rest of
can't
you doing?
actually see this far.
Needs the light source. So as you get closer, let's see. Who has Arcana?
Eldwin.
Eldwin. Can I get another Arcana check from Eldwin?
This here is just catching up. I think she only just got back.
So he looks at the eggs. He says, these might be dragon eggs. Though
It makes sense.
they've probably been here for so long, I doubt anything is still alive in them.
Think we could use them for the essence, like the bones, though?
That's what they told Daenerys, isn't it? Sorry.
I love that play!
Daenerys.
Like,
he
are you
says-
sure they're not Githyanki eggs? They did host a home to Githyanki.
He says, no,
Yankee lay eggs?
these are too big.
They do.
They do, but yeah, these are too big to be those, he says. There's three of them. He says, I don't know if you can extract essence from, something that's well, I don't know how long these have
Are
been
they-
here, but I'm guessing a really long time.
Are they
Are
beautiful?
they edible?
Like, I mean, are they pretty the way like they are in the Game of Thrones world universe? Like, are they something that might be valuable even if they are no longer viable?
I mean, they'd probably be valuable to the right person here. There's
Are they
two,
heavy?
There's two and two on each side of the mirror.
The real
Four,
question
okay.
is, are they edible?
I'd rather not
Robert,
steal to a shrine
um,
to a deity. A good one, anyway.
So Eldwin will say, these things are hundreds of years old. I don't think they're still edible. Like, if you crack them
Does
open,
this-
there'd probably be dirt inside them. Actually,
I'd like to do a survival check.
the only reason they're
see,
even
like-
still whole is because of the magic that is innate in dragons.
Do I think that this room has been used? Like, how long do I think it's been since anyone's used this room or been through here?
Let's see. Give me a survival check.
I did.
So these are
24.
about 8 pounds each. These are pretty heavy still.
Okay.
Oof.
So you don't think anyone has been in this room for a long time. For whatever
What's a
reason,
long
well, there's dust everywhere. You don't sense any tracks in here. So, yeah, no one like.
I guess
at
I meant
least-
like decades, centuries.
So that's hard to
millennia.
say. With your
Okay.
24, like, I mean, you can only sense usually signs of passage for a certain amount of time. It's a lot longer underground because there's no weather effects. But there's like just a thick layer of dust, and any signs of passage or yeah, I mean, this place may not have been opened in hundreds of years. For
Okay.
whatever reason, the mind flayers and whoever else was here did not disturb this area, which is a little strange.
Can Eldwin sit down and do take 10 minutes to cast Detect Magic?
Yeah, sure. All right.
Also, what session is it?
What session is it? This is session 137.
137? Okay, thank you.
All right. So as for Flick, let's see. So,
Sure.
give me. Well, I'll just say you take time because I'm assuming you'd read this through pretty closely.
It seems important to other people, so I will read through them.
You found a magic
Besides,
item recipe in the
Eldwin-
last one.
Yeah, and Eldwin's casting anyway, so you got some time.
Yeah.
Does this shrine also have cubbies?
This one it does not. No, not like the
Okay,
other
so
one.
this one just has the eggs.
Yeah, though if you search around it, I'll say it does have some what looks like arcane components off to the side in like a very old sack.
Unveer, do you want those?
Well, I can't use arcane components.
Oh,
so-
you use religious. Okay, I'll put them in the. I think Eldwin can use them, but I'll put them in the bag for now.
That's yeah, it's about 250 maho worth. Let's see what else.
I like to think that while I'm just searching around this shrine, Flick just has to keep following me for the light to read the book.
Just pacing around with you.
Yeah. Just with his back to me, so the light's hitting the book.
Okay. So, yes, there is indeed a recipe in this prayer book as well.
Nice.
Wonder what this one is. Ooh. Oh, would you look at that?
Well, that is interesting.
Sarah, didn't you literally just get one of those? Like the lower version?
Not a +2. Mine's a +1, I think.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. The lower version. So this is just a straight
Yeah.
upgrade if we can make that for you.
Yeah, but that's gonna take a while. But we might be able to hire someone on Revan's Pass and leave them to it, like when we go off to go help. But yeah, let me look here. Nasira
Yeah,
is
maybe-
wearing. I mean, yes, that's very, very valuable for Nasira. Yeah, she is wearing a +1. Yes, so that would be an improvement for her.
Yeah, maybe a Celia could make it or something.
Maybe, and maybe we could even trade her old one as part of the payment. Make it a little more affordable.
Alright, did anyone take the dragon eggs?
Got it.
I'm not sure.
I've-
They are bloody heavy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put them in the bag because we dumped a lot. The bag it's mostly empty. We dumped it in the ship.
So Eldwin
I
would
think we
say, I
should-
mean, if we can take them, we should. They might have some.
Yeah,
They might have some
we can
value.
unload them in the ship. Since we're about to go home, we can unload them in the ship when we get there.
Because as I said,
Okay.
dragon parts often are used in many different things. So even a dead dragon egg would possibly be useful for some incantation or potion. Alright, and that's pretty much all you find in here.
We would just give like a small prayer because we are literally like raiding this guy's temple. It's like, I'm sorry, this feels bad, but I like to think of it as we're just taking it out of a very bad environment.
Are you saying like an official prayer or just like doing kind of a general
Just kind of like,
prayer?
just kind of
Okay.
like a little one. Just kind of like more for Envy's own sake of mine than anything else.
Alright, do you invoke your god at all during this prayer?
Nah, it's just like.
Okay.
Now that's a good question.
So you kind of just like bow your head and do a little silent prayer, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What else do you want to do? I guess
Oh,
I'll
yes.
This thing was for the prayer book to. Oh, you did. Okay, never mind. Sorry, you put in the value. So, all right, those are all recorded.
Okay.
Well, the bones of a gold dragon. I've got 20 pounds. I don't have any quantity or weight, but maybe that's.
I would just weigh 20 pounds. For the
I'm
weight.
sorry, I didn't mean weight. I don't have any quantity or value. I have just the weight.
Yeah, that's all you would need for now. Like
Okay.
the bones could possibly be distilled into some kind of essence, or they could used for other things with research. Same with the eggs. You could try to research what possible things these could be used for.
Can the eggs be refined? When you said same with the eggs,
So Eldwin was
or
less
they
sure
can be
about
used for
that,
research?
but he said maybe he would have to look into it. Is he the alchemist? I thought you had an alchemist. Maybe.
Nasira is an alchemist.
Oh,
I
give
think
me an
no.
Yeah.
Eldwin is too, because Nasira taught him. Okay, so
So give me an alchemy check. You can use wisdom or intelligence for this. 15.
well,
So, yeah,
Nasira
you-
will be using wisdom, and Eldwin will be using intelligence.
Okay.
There we go.
So Nasira isn't sure. I'll say Eldwin says both can be refined into essences. And he says dragon
Okay.
essences might be more valuable than components themselves, because they're usually very powerful.
Okay.
If they have other uses, I don't know what they are, but I'd have to look into it.
I think that's pretty much everything here then.
Alright. So there's nowhere else in this place you want to travel? You ready to leave?
We were doing a quick detect magic, weren't we?
Oh, there
Yeah.
was...
Well, I mean, he was reading and stuff, so yeah.
There was one other thing
Cool.
that I had mentioned last week, which it would obviously have not been a week ago, so you'd still remember. When you were reading the notes of the Mind Flayer, he mentioned some sort of basement to this place, which
Oh.
he had done some experimentation on a creature, but he didn't talk much about it. Though obviously
Oh,
you
no.
haven't seen any way down, or how to get to an area below here other than where the well is.
So even Anvir's sneaky eyes, that we haven't seen anything that we would like know as a place to start to try and get down there.
Well, let's see. I guess you
there's
have
a well, I
kind
guess.
of been through this hallway here, so this may have been something. You never went and looked at it, though.
Could you mark that one more time, sir?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Hey,
Yeah,
maybe there's
true.
a
We never.
secret stairs underneath that throne.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
the only way
maybe.
you know of to get lower in this place right now is through the well.
So let's quickly go check that hallway because it's the one place we haven't like checked yet, and then maybe we either dig through that wall that we found, or we go to the well.
Yeah.
All right,
Did Eldwin complete his ritual while they were reading the book?
Oh yeah, we passed some time. And just to be a bit more specific, the Flayer, the Lich Mind Flayer, had mentioned that Let me just make sure he said this. I'm not imagining it.
The Alhoon.
Yeah, the Alhoon. He mentions in his notes that he sort of caved in the way to the lower areas.
Wait,
just to-
hold on, Lou. I think I might know why we don't know this. None of us speak deep speech.
Oh, is that why? Because you couldn't read it.
Oh wait, maybe Eldwin might have cast.
Yeah, I think he used comprehend languages.
Yeah, so that's probably what happened. So ignore me.
Yeah, he to kind of keep the creature away from the rest of the place, he kind of caved in the stairwell. So that would make sense why that area is now caved in over there. So yeah,
Okay.
apparently there's something down below that he kind of created that yeah, he didn't want to deal with, so he just kind of stuck it down there.
What time of day is it?
If he sealed it away, it's probably for a reason.
Well,
I-
I think this area is more or less. Did we want to just like investigate a little bit, see what's there, even if we don't fight it? Like, just send a way, like look at it somehow. Like, does Eldwin have? What's the bird's name again? Lareth.
Oh, I don't remember. His owl, yeah.
Yeah, like I don't know if Lareth is available at the moment or something, but
But you guys are spellcasters. I thought you could see through walls and stuff.
no, that don't be outrageous. Not all the time, anyway.
Not all the time. Where's your crystal ball to spy on people?
No, I don't have one of those. Those things are very rare.
But they exist.
I think so.
Alright, so what do you want to do?
Yeah, maybe go to where that area I saw possibly digging through.
Oh, with the dirt?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, has Eldwin done his 10 minutes yet?
Oh, right.
Yeah, I was
so
I was just
Eldwin.
gonna have him cast his eyes around this room and the throne room and maybe even pop back over to the other shrine just to cast his eyes around for anything we might have missed.
So Eldwin would finish his ritual. The pages of the prayer book are magical. The shrine
Okay.
itself is magical, and the carpet has a magical aura.
Probably just like preservation
He
stuff.
would-
That's probably why it's still alive.
So he would guess that the carpet and the prayer book are preservation. This altar itself actually has a couple of magical schools on it, so that makes him a little bit more suspicious. But he says, "I don't actually know what it
mirror
does."
on the wall.
Yeah, he says, could be something more potent, but it's kind of big. He says, and it looks like it's attached to the wall above the altar itself. So I'm not sure how we'd even get it out of there if we wanted to take it.
I mean, that looks huge. I mean, that looks like a 10 by 5 mirror, right?
Yes,
And it looks probably ornately framed and
It is a very large mirror.
If I just like really deeply look into the mirror, does anything happen?
So
Robert kind of just mockingly goes like, "Hey, Bahamut, what does your mirror do?"
So you gaze into the mirror. As far as you can tell, it just seems to reflect back at you. You're not sure how this would work.
Strange.
Eldwin says, I mean, I guess I could try to use an identify spell on it.
That could be worth spending the 10 minutes for.
He says, I mean, the place, I mean, we pretty much gotten rid of all dangers as far as we know, so.
yeah, he sits down in lotus position and starts his cast. I'm assuming he's human, but he's like kind of elegant like an elf. So I picture him in lotus position.
All right.
Yeah. Let's sit down and
So,
wait.
He is taking 10 minutes. It's now 5 o'clock. Luckily, nothing seems to wander up or disturb you.
5 purple worms.
He says, what a strange mirror. He says, yes, this does indeed have a magical property. What was that?
I'm trying to think. Like, I know there
Sorry,
are magic
give me a
mirrors,
sec.
but I can't think of any of them.
That was weird. Something just fell. Alright. So... He says, if you look into the mirror and think about something, a person or a thing or a place, the mirror seems to give some information about that thing.
Interesting. Can we test
I have
it, or is it safe?
He says it's safe to use, but the information can be cryptic or confusing, as it's kind of random. So it's not always useful,
Perhaps we could
and
check-
it can only be used once a day.
Per person?
No, just once a day. Like, once it's used, we can't
Oh.
use it again till tomorrow. Some
What
kind
do we
of,
need most? Should we check in on our dragon friend, or
That's what I was thinking.
other-
Or the Alhoon.
Wait, I thought you wanted to
Yeah.
know what was downstairs.
But we don't.
or how do we get downstairs?
What?
But if we find it on our own, then we will have wasted our question. I don't know. This would be useful to have, but I don't know if we can transport it. But gosh, that would be useful to have in our ship.
Maybe we take it when we leave, kind of thing.
That would be really useful to have in the ship, guys. We could ask it a question every day.
I think it
Elwyn
might be.
nods. He says, I think it's somehow connected to Bahamut and the magics of the altars. We might have to move this whole altar, which would be a
Oof.
lot harder.
It's such a shame to leave it behind, but what do we think?
How about we use it? I don't know about you, but
He says,
bloody
well,
Robert and Victor have no idea, but it might be worth using it on Raishan. Or is that the right name? Did I say the wrong name?
Well, if we get some people down here, we could try to move it, but we'd have to have quite the team, Elwyn says. Because it's not attached to the floor, but it is a very heavy-looking altar.
I'd be down to try and see if we could move it, because that sounds amazingly useful. But if we plan to look for this basement, perhaps we should continue to think on the mirror and return.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah,
We could always
Calipar is
come
who I was
back.
thinking too.
I said the wrong name earlier.
Yeah, I couldn't come up with the name, so.
So Calathar is the name of their allied dragon, just FYI. So you're going to look into the mirror and think about Calathar? Or
Yes.
who's going to do this? And what
Who wants to
exactly?
do it? Ondir or Eldwin?
It might be better for Eldwin. If it's encrypted, then his brain might be
Yeah,
better at figuring it out.
help. Yeah. Oh, and then if there's some sort of side effect and we kill Eldwin, then I'm gonna feel really bad.
You know what? Now that
Well.
you've said that, I'm going to do it.
I mean, you could guide him, but all right, Onvir's doing it.
All right. So you think about Calathar. Let's see. What would you see? And
Now you've
actually,
got to figure out what's going on with Calathar.
all of you can see this as the mirror begins.
Oh,
as he
nice.
looks in, like his image distorts a bit, and the mirror kind of begins to swirl. For a moment, there's kind of a cloudy effect, but then you would see it looks like Calathar in his humanoid form. Hang on, I'll pull it up because
I thought you said he was a dragon.
Some dragons can shape
Yes. Yeah, most dragons can take human form.
I actually don't think that's true. I don't think it's most.
Oh,
No.
really? Oh, okay. Sorry.
I'll believe it when I see it,
many
because that
dragons-
looks like a normal human to me, just saying.
Eldwin
Actually,
would
it looks
say,
like an elf.
Eldwin would say, actually, it is true. All dragons have a humanoid form, thanks to their pact with several of the human gods. It's something that
So-
they have to practice to get better at. So younger dragons can't usually do it, but by adulthood, most dragons master the ability to shapeshift. And that is a Gaian thing. That's not a D&D dragon thing. That's just my
Yeah,
my lore.
I assumed.
Why can I not find him? Hang on.
Robert's in denial.
He's under
I got him.
Wandering Ember.
Oh, because, yeah, that's the new town. Yeah. So, yeah. You would see him in his humanoid form with his, like, very green eyes and kind of silverish hair. And he is walking in a cavernous area. Looks like a much younger... Well, he would actually look I guess he'd look the same, because his humanoid form would also age very slowly. Well, no, I'll say he looks younger to you. Like, maybe maybe a bit younger, so maybe this is sometime in the past. He seems very concerned as he is searching, or seems like he's searching for something. And as he kind of turns a corner of the cave, an expression of shock goes across his face. He yells, "No!" as he starts to run towards someone or something. And at this point, the mirror would kind of cloud up again, and you would see Anvir. You're not sure what you saw exactly, but it seems like something that happened to him in the past.
Okay.
Strange.
So it's not necessarily contemporary that what this shows us.
Eldwin taps his chin. He says, seems like he was distressed by something. It's not all that useful, but unfortunately that is the nature of this mirror. It shows us very random information. Although that moment was probably something of great... what would the word be? Of great importance to him.
Relevance? Or
Yeah,
something like that.
relevance.
Could I do like an inside check or anything to try and figure out more about what he was feeling there? I don't know if I could. I'm just trying to figure out if I can figure out anything else about what was going on.
Yeah, maybe intelligence. I mean, insight would be more kind of figuring out his state of mind, which was pretty obvious. I'd say
Fair.
figuring out what he was responding to might be more intelligence or like investigation to try to read. And I don't think any of you have a great passive investigation.
Except for Eldwin.
Eldwin.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll say that was kind of Eldwin's contribution, just that this was probably some important event in his life, maybe having something to do with before he met us.
I'll do a quick intelligence check just to see if I can figure out anything, but doubt.
Yeah. What about Robert and Flick? Are you guys doing anything?
I think
just
Robert's
thinking,
just like, these guys are a bunch of liars. They said he was a dragon. That's clearly a human.
Eldwin says, I told you he is in humanoid form there.
Yes, and I told you I'll believe it when I see it.
He says next you'll be saying you don't believe in the cataclysms.
Joke's on you, I don't even know what that is.
He rolls his eyes.
Do you kitty cats have shorter lives than most?
Only the unwise ones, I'd say, with a smirk.
I thought
So
they had,
you.
I thought they had 9 lives, Eldwin says, smirking.
Not all of us were so lucky, I don't think.
He says, well, if we're going to use this again, we have to wait till tomorrow. So I think that's all we can do for now. But I agree with Nasira. This could be of value if we can figure out how to get it someplace a little bit more convenient.
Even if
We
we
do-
don't know what the messages mean, there's information to be had, and this is an amazing object. But let us finish exploring that hallway, Anvir, that you mentioned. You wanted to see if that niche leads somewhere and has been caved in.
Yeah, because there was that area that sounded like it went underground.
And like I said, you do think this right here is the caved-in entrance to the underground that he was
Oh, over
talking
here.
about. Yeah, in
So
the
I thought you meant over here, where all
Yeah,
the
yeah.
cave area
No,
was.
Well,
This is-
the well would be our other possible way to try to attempt to find the basement. You know.
yeah, the well and the caved-in wall are two easier ways to get down below, but this is the actual stairway you think that led to the basement area of this place.
Okay, so we're probably still better off going to the wall or the well.
Yeah,
All right,
possibly.
let's try.
Unless you have a way to get past the rocks there.
Should we go through this door? Or should we go around the other way? Because the door was trapped in the other chapel.
Well, we were saying,
We've been down here before. We just never opened this door before.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
so-
If we've been through this
Yeah,
hallway,
that's
we
why
know it's not
you-
trapped.
That's why you knew, and yeah, there was no trap there, but that's why you knew this was caved in.
yeah, that's
the
where the
door?
cave-in is in.
I see.
Alright,
So if you open that door, it's just going to be a pile of rocks.
You gonna open this door with your skeleton key?
I'm just gonna check it with the lock first.
Alright, it is locked. You don't see any traps, I'll say, Flick or Nasira. Nothing obvious, anyway. With your passives.
I will open the door.
Alright, so using the skeleton key, you carefully open the door, which leads out into the hall here. And yes, it does
Who
connect
said
to...
carefully?
Alright, you just shove it in
Okay.
there and whatever. And I'll kick the door open. And you're like, fuck this door.
This is the police.
And yeah, it does connect, and you would recognize the area because you've been in here before. If there were traps in this area, he may have disabled them. Because it does seem like there may have been a wall here at one point, a natural wall, but someone dug into it and kind of like made a stairwell going down into another cave area. Which is now covered in big rocks. If you kind of look, you do see your light shining down, and there is an area on the other side, at the bottom of the stairs. Probably about 15 feet of caved-in rocks between you and that area.
There's no way around it.
No, I mean, not without getting, somehow moving the rocks or teleporting, maybe something magic. But there's no easy way to get through all these rocks and boulders.
Orica just looks at it like, I don't have a pickaxe. I'm not a miner.
I think our best bet's going to be either jumping into the well or mining that wall out from a bit earlier.
Eldwin says that would be on the other side of the compound, though. I'm not even sure if that would connect to this. I mean, maybe. But we'd have to do some underground exploring.
True.
He says, I do have... Well, I think he has
Yeah.
magic that could teleport him.
I don't know if he has the slots for it though,
It's true. Let's see.
because I think he's pretty tapped like me.
Let's see.
And if we do go through the well, how would we get back up to this floor?
He says, well,
Rope.
yeah, I mean, it would be painful. It's not something that we can do easily. I do have Dimension Door. He says I have 2 castings of it, so I could go in and come back out. And I think I could take someone with me.
Then there'd be a bunch of people left behind.
But yes, that would still we'd still have the problem of not being able to bring all our people. And if there's something dangerous down there, or obviously there's something dangerous down there, you know, we'd be in trouble.
I might be able to at least scout around with something.
Says, I don't know, friends. Maybe we should just move on. Could be something valuable, but I'll leave it up to you all.
I mean, I'm pretty sure. Let me double check. Depending on how this would work, I do have a mislead scroll, which would make an illusionary duplicate that I can see through. So, would he be able to just walk through all the rocks and then at least look down there?
That's a good question. I think he still has physical, like he still has a physical form to him.
Let me confirm, because I'm pretty sure it's like an illusionary duplicate that can't like be interacted with. You become invisible. Illusionary double of you.
I mean, I guess technically, if it's an illusion, it could pass through. It would just then be obvious that it's an illusion.
Yeah, it doesn't say anything about being physical.
Do you want to link it?
Yeah.
I can take a quick look.
It says it uses your senses, but that's the only thing that like.
Studio ties as if you were located where it is. Okay, and you switch. Yeah, so that should allow you, like I said, it would make it obvious that it's an illusion. But that should allow you to pass through this.
Yeah, but if I'm using it purely for scouting, that doesn't necessarily matter.
Is that what you want to do?
I could. I'll talk to the rest of the group quickly. Do we think it's worth doing that?
It's your magic. I don't mind. We've been here for so long. What's a little longer?
Well, the issue would be more the amount of spell this magic this would drain from him, Eldwin says.
Oh, this is a scroll. I have a scroll for this.
Well then, yeah, I guess then it's more, do we want to use the resource? But it seems like it could be valuable.
This is a spell I can usually cast because of my domain anyway. But I do have a scroll for it as well.
He says, well,
I'm no stranger to curiosity, so if you'd like to check it out, I'll keep an eye out.
Eldwin says, wouldn't it be better to then just pray for the spell and do it tomorrow rather than use this resource that we can only use once?
Maybe. It might just be better to come back for it tomorrow. I just kind of want to get this place done with.
No, that's fair, Eldwin says. I mean, I don't think whatever's trapped down there will be dead by tomorrow, but who knows what could happen. Alright, so is that what you wish to do then?
Yeah, if you want to get it done, then let's just get it done, right? Why hesitate?
Yeah. Why not? I'll use that scroll, so I'll take it out of my inventory.
Alright, so you cast the spell. And I'm just gonna use the party token.
So, what happens after like the spell is used? Does it like disintegrates? Does the
The
magic
scroll, scrolls will. What's your dark vision? 300.
300. I always imagine that it kind of just like evaporates into a
Yeah,
magical
like
fire.
it's basically, well, not fire, but like basically magical energy just kind of like consumes it.
It just Thanos snaps out of existence.
Almost
Just
like
dust.
like it burns up instantly, but more like the magic just like absorbs it because it's kind of triggered.
Yeah.
All right, so
Can you
you
put
are.
multiple spells on a single scroll?
No, you can only, not in 5th edition. You can only do one.
Oh, that is a lot of bones.
Yeah. So as you come down into here, there is an area where there's just bones spread out everywhere. You would also note that the floor seems like it's been dug through a bunch. There are a lot of old bones here of creatures and a couple of humanoids, possibly Gith.
Who's
what do
moving
you
my
wanna do?
duplicate?
You should all be able to see. I just made it so you can all see.
My little illusionary duplicate is going to just keep his eyes very widely open and start walking this way a little bit.
Okay, so you are moving through the area. And you come
Oh god,
to,
so many more bones!
yeah, a place with a lot more bones kind of in a back part of this. Yeah, it looks like you can also continue north.
Do we have any communication with him, or is he just we're just waiting for him?
I am
I'm
next
assuming
to you. I'm
he's
invisible next to you
yeah.
still.
You would kind of
You
see.
can talk to us.
You would kind of
I
see
can
him
t-
vanish and like go through the rock, but yeah, I'm assuming he's describing this because he's still there technically.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I would be so I'm invisible just talking about what I can see. I can't hear you guys though because my hearing is linked to the duplicate at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's just he just seems to be describing what he's seeing and very rudely not answering any of your questions. Because you're like, well, what is? And then he just
So
doesn't answer.
rude.
I'll just walk a little bit closer to this like back room.
Alright, so there's a lot of stuff there. Give me an active perception check if you're looking around.
I imagine I don't have a light source.
No, so it would be disadvantage.
Or a flat roll, because I usually have advantage.
Yeah.
Ooh!
Yeah, so you're there's a lot of bones here. You imagine you could spend hours digging through them. It could be something of
obviously-
value, but
Yeah, that's why you can't see very well. He's distracted by the pure volume of bones. Like, what the hell?
yeah, something ate a lot of stuff and left the bones here.
Okay, he'll start
Probably
hitting.
those Gith Marines that tried attacking the fortress.
They ate a bunch of people? That's gruesome.
No, I think he's saying that's them.
Oh, that's them. It could be. Some of these could be Gith. Actually, do you have knowledge
Medicine, no.
nature?
Nature, no.
Okay, so never mind. 'Cause there are some
Nature's that one ability that like we've been short of on this this
Yeah.
group. Like
I always ask just in
consistently.
case because I don't remember anything. Playing
Oh.
8 games has destroyed my memory for anything.
I don't think we've had anyone with nature since like the original conception of this group.
Well, I took nature as auto purely because we didn't have it, but I felt like that was meta, so I didn't do it for Nasira.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah.
fine. All right,
Oh,
so
I
you
see
do
water.
yeah come to an area where it looks like there is like a shoreline, and water kind of flowing into here. You would see the water moving a bit, though obviously it must be going out somewhere else because this area is not flooding.
Oh, I see
Uh,
a chest.
And back here, there's an old torch bracket. It's not lit up like it looks like here. And there would be several chests kind of pushed up against the wall. Maybe left down here when
We're
whatever
going in. There's chests.
was left down here was discarded.
There's two, I think. Oh, there's a few.
Robert just looks sad.
But I haven't seen a creature yet, which is very very concerning.
Yeah, you haven't seen anything that might be guarding these chests, if there's something here. Though, obviously, whatever's
you
here has been
incorporeal?
eating a bunch, so either people have been... something is being fed to it down here, or it's going elsewhere for food. Because you don't think it
Are
could
you
just...
incorporeal?
well, he's an illusion. So he looks like
An illusion,
he's
yeah.
a person, but he's not actually, like, giving off
So you
sense. or
can't like
anything.
open chests or interact.
No.
No.
He's basically like an illusion.
Yeah, it can gesture, it can
Hologram.
speak, it can behave in a way I tell it to, but like,
But once it tries to eat you, you're revealed.
okay. I think there was one little area I
So
didn't.
basically, you can be as reckless as you want.
Yeah, it's why I taunted a giant using this spell once.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it didn't work out great when he found the real one though.
That's how you gotta mislead them, man.
Okay,
Pun
no, so
intended.
there was nothing else to it.
So is he
No.
crunching on the bones as he walks around in there, or does he not
No,
make
no.
any noise?
My foot would probably just be phasing through them. There would be no like
Gotcha.
footfall sound or anything like that.
Yeah, he's not making any noise. But yeah, it
Okay,
seems like
well-
that's all that's here other than the water. And that area is flooded, but you could probably move through it.
Yeah, that's what I was
Do it.
about to do. I just wanted to make sure I didn't miss any paths back there.
You want to go into the flooded tunnel?
Yeah, I'm gonna start moving through the flooded tunnel.
Also, how long does this last? Oh, 1 hour. Okay.
An hour.
So you go
Yeah, it's a while.
swim in, moving into the underground river here.
He's probably been coming up from that well.
Oh my
Wow, this
word!
spell's super useful. Oh my goodness.
But yeah, this is
Oh, yeah.
a flooded tunnel. Well, it is a 5th level spell. It better be useful.
Well, you don't have to. You don't have to breathe. You might as well go explore.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
So you're just kind of floating through
Ooh,
the
branches.
water.
Let's see what's this way.
Alright,
Oh
so it looks like this leads off into a new area. Which you could go explore if you want, or you can go, the other way.
How long
We'll
does
leave
the
that
spell
for
last?
now. An hour.
Okay.
So we've got this for a while, but I'll leave that for a little later.
Scouting.
It's effectively like really high level arcane eye that people can see.
Alright, so this...
It's really valuable. Yeah.
It looks like up here also branches off into a new area. More water
seem like-
flowing in.
They go to the same place or a different place. Like, I guess you wouldn't really know, huh?
Yeah, there's no way to really know unless you went and explored it.
I'll just keep going this way for now.
Okay. Heading north. It looks
guessing-
like water is flowing in from the north. Again, it kind of goes off into a new area.
Okay, and then what about down this way? I'm starting to just make some slightly bigger movements so we're not here all day.
So this
Ooh.
leads into the back of the fountain that you had found in the original place you came in, which is probably what's feeding that fountain water.
Ah, okay.
It could be a water supply for the dungeon. Back when living things were here.
Okay. I guess I could leave the duplicate for a second to actually communicate with people.
Alright, well, to see if they have anything to say.
Yeah.
Alright,
so-
so you would switch back to your perception.
So the duplicate's just standing in the water. And I just said, so I've got 3 branching paths. One that
One
heads... Huh?
Good adventurers go left. Have you ever heard the saying?
Well, none of them go left, so that's a problem.
They're all going right and north.
Well, while you have this illusion, you might as well have it explore as many paths as it can.
Which one do you reckon I should go through first? Just the north one, because it's closer.
Yeah. It's the most convenient,
Sure.
right?
I mean, at least step into, just follow the path briefly and just decide whether you want to continue, if there's anything of interest, or, yeah.
All good. Okay. Switching back now. Bye, group.
I'm concerned, like, poor Lou might have 3 different maps, like, that he's waiting to switch to here.
Yeah, I think so. Okay, so I'll head north.
Alright, so you're going to explore north. Give me Give me a perception check to represent your explorations.
Oofed.
Give me one moment.
You jinxed me earlier this year.
Wait, is it 11 or 15?
It'd be 15 because I technically always have advantage. So it'd just be.
Oh, okay, I see.
Straight roll.
Alright, give me one moment.
I guess you can't bless yourself when you're concentrating on something, huh?
Yeah, bless is concentration.
Or not bless. I meant like
Guidance is also concentration. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was meaning, but yeah, same thing.
I'm not sure if the new one is. I'll have to double check.
Sorry, I just have to draw something here. You're going to weird places.
Yeah, the new guidance is weird. The new guidance is now you specifically choose a skill they get to add the thing to.
That's kind of like enhanceability, huh?
Yeah, so it's more like that.
But I mean, I guess that's not too bad though, because you usually are guiding someone because they're about to attempt a specific thing. So,
Is it to? I think it's actually to. Let me double.
Well, the
check.
nice thing now is it's like continuous. So you
Yeah, I think it's
cascade
for the
just
whole
lasts for a
minute
minute.
Oh, that's really cool. Okay.
So like
Yeah,
if
yeah.
you're doing
with one tap. Yeah.
yeah, so if you're like I'm gonna go talk to someone for like a minute, you can quickly cast it like before you get there. Then for a minute, all of your checks are made with the D4, but it has to be
And it's still a cantrip?
yes,
Oh, that's amazing. That's actually really valuable.
but it does have to be for the same thing. So you can't like if you're doing like persuasion, you have to. You know, it has to all be for persuasion checks. You can't switch it.
Yeah, so it's like it's better, but it's like
Okay.
more situational. Like it's not like it was extremely situational before, but
That's good enough. So going around, so the river is kind of long and winding, coming down from several places, but you do manage to find your way into another part of this dungeon. Hang on a moment.
I'm just super scared that while I'm doing this, all of a sudden you guys are just getting attacked by this monster.
So
Oh,
you
hello.
come back in over here in an area going underneath, kind of underneath where the main dungeon area is.
And does this continue forward?
Yeah, so if you follow it, kind of picks up over here.
Okay. I'll make my way down it.
Alright, and at this point, it kind of attaches to the well area, so you would recognize this.
Ooh.
We'll say it's been about 45 minutes for your thing now.
Okay, so it's been a hot minute.
Yeah, you've been looking around in a bunch of caves. But yeah, it seems like this connects to the well, so that could be an alternate way to get down here. Although you'd have to fight upstream currents, which would be a pain.
How quickly do I think I could backtrack back to that other bit of river?
Because it's an illusion, you can move pretty quick. So where are you going?
Well, it can only move twice my movement speed.
Yeah, you mean back to one of those other side passages?
Yeah, back to where like
So you probably wouldn't have enough time to go exploring there with the 15 minutes you have left.
Okay.
'Cause there's
All good.
a bit of travel you'd have to do.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if I could at least like start trying to go
So we'll
back.
say you're ending it here?
Yeah, I'll probably just finish it there.
Okay. Now there could be stuff like in other river areas, but you don't think it relates to this place. Like that could be whole other places to explore, or it could just be underground rivers with nothing in them.
Well, the creature has definitely left from behind that wall, and it does link up to the well.
Can you elaborate what you mean by the creature?
Well, the one in the book, in the journal. He says that he was
Oh.
experimenting on a creature and he caved this place down to keep it away from everything else.
I see.
There is also like a battalion's worth of bones behind there.
Ah, yes, those get ravine.
Do we want to try and take down this wall, this cave-in?
There were a lot of,
We might have, if the creature returns, we might have to face it,
there was some loot, I will say that.
or at least the potential. Some boxes.
The chests.
I'm
what
down
do
to go
you-
in, but so we have to be prepared to fight. And Eldwin's looking not great.
Eldwin nods. He says, "My magical abilities would be severely limited."
We could hut up and try and long rest here. I think we've gotten rid of pretty much everything but this creature.
Well, he says, "Why don't we put it to a vote? What do you think, Flick, Robert? Should we stay and try to do this, or should we move on?"
We already spent enough time here.
He says, "We do still have the your pirate captain, who seems like he trusts you."
Oh yeah.
I forgot about that.
What about you, Flick?
Right now, I'm kind of along for the ride. I'm still trying to determine what your guys' goal is, since it seems to be all over the place. But it's a
Well,
way
you
out.
were awfully happy with that shiny dagger, so you kind of understand our avaricious goals.
This was mainly a scavenging mission.
I don't know. It was make the place safe, save people, don't save people, leave, don't leave. So I'm enjoying it thoroughly. But if all that's left between us and more shinies, just one more baddie, well, we've survived so far, most of us, so I don't see why putting it off does any good. We just have to come back.
We could. Well, I was saying I could put up like a little dome, just like in this area here.
Eldon says, "Well, there is also the chance that there's nothing of value in that chest. I mean, wouldn't the Mind Flayer try to retrieve it if it was valuable?"
Just to clarify, was there only one chest there? Because on the map there was like 3.
There were 3, yeah.
Okay.
He says
I
it
just
could
wanted to make
be
sure.
creature droppings or something equally inane.
That's the fun of adventuring. You never know till you open it up. Huh.
He says, "Well..."
And we have no way of knowing where those water systems go. It could become a big threat to things.
Yeah. He says, "Well, it seems like it already is with all those bones. So, Robert, you believe
Yeah.
we should leave?"
Yeah, that sounds like a whole lot of not our problem.
Yeah. And Flick, you said you wish to stay?
Well, I think that once upon a time, I heard that the group, were trying to make this place safe and leaving some unknown beastie that's clearly doing well on its hunting grounds because it's still alive and there's plenty of victims. Leaving that around doesn't constitute us safe.
He says, "Well, we were trying to get rid of the Mind Flayers because we thought they might be a danger to our colony in the long run. But our colony is quite a ways away from here. I doubt whatever creature is in there would find its way that far. Unlike Mind Flayers who might be looking for humanoid, victims." If that
Oh,
makes
okay.
sense. Yeah,
I
our
mean,
Yeah, that
colony.
clarifies it.
He says, how far is our colony? It's like.
We don't know. We teleported here.
You traveled here initially. I think it's like a 2-day journey, so it's definitely not
No.
close.
We didn't teleport here. We came in. We
Oh, right.
teleported in here
That's
from
the other
Mind Flayer.
place. Yeah, that was to the temple. So actually, you have no idea where you are. This is nowhere near your colony. But the Mind Flayers could also use the teleporters, so that's why you wanted to get rid of them, because they were a more
Yeah.
intelligent danger. Yeah, if that makes sense. What about Nasira? What do you think?
I think we should go in. There is the potential for valuable objects of power, and I agree with Robert's assessment that our goal is not done here. We may have been focused on illithids, but we know not what other dangers lurk here that we could eradicate before leaving.
Well, I know.
However,
go ahead.
I think additional rest may be required before we take such a step. Since we are able to, we should perhaps, when resting is a choice, it's perhaps our best option to ensure we are at 100% when we go into a choice like this.
He says also there are no prisoners that might die if we rest this time, sadly. Not sadly that that's not the case, but sadly that we lost the
Right,
others.
of course. I understand that some wanted to try that, but I worry that we may have lost, one or more of ourselves in such an endeavor, and that's
Well, we still
why I
have
made
the other gifts to deal with.
Yeah, it's true. If he is still a Gith, that worries me. What about you, Anvir? What do you think we should do here? Sounds like two of you wish to go through the tunnel down there, and one of you does not.
I'm all for getting rid of threats.
Alright, so that's 3. He says, I know I myself would love to see what essence such an experimental creature would leave behind. It could be very valuable. But as Nasira said, my resources are currently very limited. I guess we have no choice but to rest and then try.
Let's like lock this room back down, and I'll put a HUD up, and we'll have a rest.
He says, an added bonus, in the morning, the mirror should function again.
Ooh.
So are you just going to leave the Githyanki prisoners to starve?
Which Githyanki prisoners?
The ones that were setting up traps in the portal room?
Oh
yeah, they're alive.
right. Did you send them through? I forget.
I think we
I don't think
Or are
so.
they just waiting up there?
I think we
I think
tied
we just
them up.
tied them up. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm confused. I guess
Well,
I missed that
also-
part.
That's right, because you didn't kill them, I think.
One of them we killed, I think.
I think one of them died, yeah.
Well, I guess you make a good point. Maybe we should go up there and, rest with them so we can give them food and water.
Yeah, I think the main reason we
Yeah,
were
we
wanting
can do
to rest
that.
here last time is because they were setting up traps, but there's not going to be anyone to set up traps this time.
Alright, so you move up to the teleporter room. Go ahead
And
move
the
your
monster is
fingers
waiting
up there.
for you.
No monster. The Gith are still... I guess you knocked them unconscious, right? Because you didn't heal any of them.
Yeah.
So they are
It
still
has-
unconscious here.
It has been an hour. We short rested.
Yeah, but they can't heal naturally until they do a long
It's been a
rest.
couple hours. We short rested, and then you had your
You
illusion,
can't-
and yeah.
You can't short rest while you're at 0. You have to wait like a
Okay.
day to recover.
Gotcha.
Makes sense.
Don't they naturally wake up like in 3-4 hours? Or is
Yes.
that older edition?
Well, that's for subdual damage. This wasn't subdual. Well, was it subdual? Oh, maybe it was.
yeah.
So if it was subdual, yes, they'd wake up in 1d4
Non-lethal?
hours. Because
Yeah,
you
they-
didn't.
they're non-lethals.
Yeah, it was non-lethal. You're right. My apologies. So yeah, they should be waking up at some point, but they're actually. Let me roll. Are they awake? They are not awake. But you imagine they'll wake up at some point if you wait here. And I think you did bind them all.
That's correct, yes.
Yeah, because they're all restrained.
Yeah,
Alright.
well, let's
we
rest
even-
here and give them food and stuff so that once they wake up.
Alright, so we'll pass
You-
some time here.
What
Do we...
about the what about the other gift that we think is a mind flayer?
Yeah,
Yeah, I was about to
that's
say,
what
do we wanna
Eldwin was talking about. Like, he might be a mind flayer already. Where did we leave
Yeah.
him?
With Dosha.
Oof.
Oh
Alright.
no! What?
I don't know why. Like the session afterwards, everyone was just like, "Yeah, we'll leave Dosha with him." I'm like, "Why are we leaving him with the person who's
I'm
potentially
so
getting into a
confused.
mind
I did
play?"
not know that. Yeah, I think
It's
I missed
'cause-
that. Sorry.
Dosha said that he'll put an arrow through his head if he starts turning. If I remember correctly, something like that.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think he asked him to put him down if
I
he
can
starts.
see Dosha being confident about that, but still I worry.
Yeah, I'm gonna start going through the portal.
Yeah, let's go. I'll
Alright,
follow Anvir.
Eldwin kind of looks at the gift. Do we bring these with us?
Actually, yeah, let's start dragging him through.
Yeah.
Yeah. How many are there?
There's 4 of them.
4.
4.
Oh, that's not so bad. We've got LJ and Nasira can take one. Yeah, I think probably maybe 1 or 2 others
Alright.
could. Yeah.
Everyone else double up.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So, are you following them through this portal, Flick? Assuming you are.
Oh yeah, I am.
So you end up in a new place as you come through the
Oh.
portal. Let's see.
Oh, okay. New quick for them. Gotcha. Okay.
For Flick, yeah.
For Flick, yeah, because he's
Yeah.
never
Yeah.
been to this place. And you said you dragged those guys through.
And they're just like random corpses everywhere.
Yeah,
Not a lot better.
it's probably smelling a bit now.
Mm.
And so you bring them up here, and
Oh, I think we did collect essence, so maybe the corpses aren't so bad. I don't know.
you would see Dosha here. But the other guy is indeed dead.
Oop.
Oh.
Dosha
Well,
says,
Dosha was true to his word.
he sees you all and gives you a solemn nod. Have you met Dosha before, Flick?
Flick hasn't.
This
no.
is all new to me.
Okay, so it seems like a knoll is sitting here waiting. Do you have knowledge nature at all?
I do not.
So you don't know much about gnolls. You know they're kind of like hyena people, and supposedly very dangerous. Though this one seems friendly enough. He smiles at you and says, "Oh, hello there. I am Dosha. Dosha of the Grey Wanderers. It's good to meet you."
Oh,
Seems
I didn't
friendly
realize-
enough as he stands over a dead man that he put an arrow in the head of.
Well, he's not putting arrows in your head, so
I take it his condition got worse.
it did. He started to scream and convulse, and I knew what was coming by what you had told me, so I made a judgment call and decided to put him down before he became a danger. He says, "I hope I did not act hastily, but I did not want to take a chance."
No, it's probably the smart thing to do, Dosha.
He says, I hope so. Again, it is good to meet you. I am Dosha, and you are? Sorry if you said his name. I might have been looking at something.
Oh no, you're all good. I'll bow and say, you may call me Flick. It's really interesting to see one of your kind associating with others who would normally, well, not take kindly to seeing you on the horizon.
He says, I have been friends with the Grey Wanderers for a long time. My people, the Stone Shield, my tribe, is allied with them. And, the Shroom Shield, my tribe, is allied with them. Along with several other Gnoll clans, and we have some of our people with their people currently traveling to Ember. So they have done a lot for the Gnolls, my people. He says they have helped us take out some of the Inagu cultists who were plaguing our villages, and even freed many of our prisoners, putting themselves at risk several times. So they are close friends to me and my tribe. He says, you are in good company. I promise you.
They seem impressive enough so far, so I won't doubt your words.
He will nod with a smile and say, "Are we finished with explorations then?"
I think there's just one spot we want to go back to and check later, but we want to rest up before we do that. But I reckon we have a quick rest for the day, and then we head back in, and we'll probably only be there for a little bit.
As I am eager as always to share a campfire with all of you. Though I am curious, he kind of motions to the snoring people you drug in. He says, "Are these new friends as well?"
Yes.
Friend is a strong word, Dota.
Well, we need to be putting them all down.
Because they're all tied up.
I don't think these ones are infected. These ones, I think, were just dominated.
Ah, I see. As well, to be certain, I will try to keep an eye on them.
Yes. Check. We'll see what their temperament's like when they wake up. But these ones, hopefully, can
Oh,
get set
they're
free.
not gonna be happy.
Alright, so I guess we can pass time, but do we want to take a 10-minute break? I know we've been going for a while.
Yeah, we're good.
Alright, let's do a break. Come back in a little bit.
Ugh. I'm curious what monstrosity we're gonna find.
What indeed?
I mean, some of those tunnels aren't like some of the junctions weren't huge, so like it may not. I don't know. Yeah, but who knows?
Yeah, but like if it's
So many
been,
possibilities.
yeah, if it's some like experimented creature, who's to say it's not like some kind of weird amorphous thing?
Oh yeah, it could be some sort of Full Metal Alchemy, like. Yep.
Because I've heard of some like really weird. I know there are some creatures that have like squeeze and they're like large, and it's like, ugh, the idea of
Oh,
that.
that's true. That's true. And I think gelatinous stuff is
Oh yeah, but that's because they're not like a solid bony creature.
right. Right.
Like I think, if I remember correctly, I think Fomorians have a thing where they can squeeze through really small gaps.
Who?
The Underdark giants, Fomorians.
Oh, okay.
They have really cool lore. Their whole thing is they used to be like really graceful, and like beautiful looking, and then they just like pissed something off, and now all of them are like ugly as shit. Yeah, they're like these weird, like bald, lumpy skinned, like bulbous eyed. They kind of look like a giant with leprosy. Just not doing well. Alright, I'll be right back. Anyone back?
I is here.
Hello.
Hello.
No, it's bloody. The problem was, like, I think you and Robert joined like a session apart, and I keep getting your characters confused.
Oh no, I mean I understand it.
I mean, it doesn't help, but I've been here since like session 1, so I've played with like 40 people.
Oh Jesus Christ.
Maybe not quite 40, but it feels like it.
Yeah, that's still a very much a revolving door, I can imagine. So like,
Yeah. Well, I think the first time we lost somebody, like somebody dropped out, was like session 2. Yeah, I guess it ends up being a really bad time for a bunch of people.
oh, it happens. I mean, life, lifestyle changes happen, schedules change, priorities
Yeah.
change.
I think a large majority of the time it was just they ended up not being able to keep up with the payments because they ended up costing more than they expected, or they ended up changing careers or something, so they had to leave
Yeah.
because the timing just didn't set up anymore.
I imagine some of them may just not have liked my style of DMing, maybe.
Yeah, I can get it. Like I got used to it. Like at first, it was definitely something I had to get used to, but that's because like I'd only played with like one other DM before you.
Mm-hmm.
So
Is
of
it me, or
course
is my
I
picture not showing up in the chat? Oh,
Yeah,
it's
no,
because I'm
oh.
using the wrong thing. Oh my god.
How dare you?
There we go.
Yeah, some people seem to really like my style, other people's not, or not as much.
Yeah, it just took me some time to get used to because before you, the only DM I'd had was a much more like a much more laid back style of play. Like I think we were like I was level 5 with my last DM, and I had like gauntlets of ogre strength, a +2 longsword, and a cloak of displacement.
Jesus Christ. Was the world in Eberron or?
It was a custom world. Can't remember
The
what
last
it was.
DM I had got a new job and was no longer able to DM.
Who is that?
That was me. Robert.
You said the last DM you had is no longer able to DM?
Because of his job. Consistently.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's able to DM for his in-person group.
You're not talking
And I
about
think-
Brisix, right?
No, I'm not talking about Grisix.
Okay.
I don't know what happened with Grisix. He started using all the 2024 stuff, and I didn't like that, so I just left.
He had access to it back then?
I think he was just using the playtest stuff.
Oh, okay.
Looks like Miri had to leave.
Oh no. Well. Well, we have another like 5 minutes of break. Do we want to do the last 15, or do we want to like end early and just do it next week with the whole group? I'm up for whatever.
I mean, yeah, it's like may as well have the full group.
Yeah, I mean, it's just...
Because I
Not
assume
long,
we're just
right?
going into
Next
battle,
15?
right?
Well,
Oh, wait.
yeah, I'm assuming if we run into that creature, yeah, I'm assuming that.
Oh, I mean, I'm assuming we're just going downstairs. It might be a battle.
Yeah.
Might be wink wink, he says, the GM.
Maybe there's
I'm not
just a
too
bunch
nerdy.
of chests down there.
The fact that
maybe they're all mimics.
Yeah,
that was the creatures he's been modifying mimics.
it's like an Uber
Oh
mimic.
no! Oh god, no!
That would explain all the bones.
Pac-Man. Oh god, run away! The DM or the magic experiments. Why? Why would you make a chest that eats people?
That'll teach them for going to the chest.
It
I
reminds
think a
me of
mimic
the-
is it's not a natural creature. I think
It
it
can
is
be
a
anything,
wizard
right?
creature. Like, I think mimics
mimics
were... I think they were made by magic? I forget.
But mimics can be anything, right?
Yeah. Yeah, there's supposedly like a whole city filled with buildings that are actually mimics.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they talk about that in like one of the books. There's like a city out there that's just mimics.
Just like all these huge mimics that are buildings.
Yeah, they were originally created by wizards. I don't know if they can breed or something.
Oh, magical
what if-
monsters can't usually.
What if they just like reproduce like asexually? Like you just cut a piece off of it and then it just grows and grows until it becomes another mimic.
Cellular. Yep. No, they do it the same as slime. Cellular division.
Yeah, that's what I would expect.
So they eat, they get bigger, they split in half.
Or they become buildings if they don't. Just keep getting bigger.
Yeah. That's one thing a lot of people, I think, miss about
See,
mimics. It's like,
The, like, what would the word be? The incel mimics, they just refuse to reproduce.
I'm still a virgin because I never lose.
That's why they're so big. They, like, haha.
Like you get Chad to mimic.
I remember.
Alright,
The
this is gonna
Chad,
Enderling one take off.
the Chad mimics are, like, tiny, because they just keep reproducing. Like little lighters or something. And bite your thumb.
Alright, I'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Oh, we are just gonna wait?
Yeah, I think we were saying we were just gonna wait.
Yeah.
Alright, well, I'll hang out for a bit, but yeah, see you next week, Robert. Good game. Oh, should we
you,
do,
Robert.
I guess we should do MVPs
Oh, yeah,
before
MVP.
people leave. So why don't we do
I already
MVP vote?
closed.
I guess you can send it to me on Discord.
I'll just log back in real quick.
One thing I found really sad is apparently in older editions, mimics could talk.
What? That's crazy. Alright, there you go. I sent the thing.
Alright, is Flick still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
You remember how to whisper?
Oh yeah, I was just debating who was gonna be my person.
Gotcha. Oh man, three-way tie. Alright.
I love that.
All three of you roll
That's
for roll a d20.
Well, it ain't me.
You say that, but
True, there are two lower things.
nope, it ain't you.
Yeah. But is it going to be Flick?
Well, it's only the two of us left.
Oh,
Ah.
all
Oh,
right.
there's Robert. Cool.
Robert is MVP. Congrats. Get your
How about, I already
inspiration
have
back.
inspiration.
Well, you can have up to 5 of them right now.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah,
At
so
least
story.
under my current system.
Yeah, you can have 10 story points and 5 inspirations, but you can only use 1 inspiration a short rest per short rest and 1 story point per long rest.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have my last character in the last campaign. I was at 8 story points. I was so close to that 10.
That lovely 10.
What does the 10 get you again? The storyline or like the re?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
the sideline,
you
the
can-
side quest.
you can use them to respec. You can use them to get like story resources. You can use them for a side story. Like there's a bunch of things you can do with inspiration or
Yeah, it was,
story
it was
points.
the. Yeah, I just couldn't remember what the 10 cost one was.
Yeah, I wanted a side story. I wanted a really high political side story.
Yeah, so you can definitely use it for that.
I'm playing a different character now, so. Alright, I'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Yeah, see you later.
Bye.
See, dude.
Now there were
Well.
2.
Oh, probably late as well. Oh, yep.
Oh yeah, you can go. I was just gonna talk to Flick a little.
Oh, yeah.
That's fine. I'll catch you guys next week.
Yeah, see you
buddy.
next week. So didn't you say you had someone else you wanted to bring in?
I did. So that's my partner, Sarah.
Okay.
We've only D&D together once before. That was like our first time using Roll20 that we D&D together. And so we figured she's getting really close.